Well, we'll take this quick stroll down Lopes Way and head right out of these frigid temperatures that have hit the desert this week and warm up a bit, because we're taking you for a live look inside GCU Arena, where the heat is on. The University of Texas-Rio Grande Valley in the house tonight to face the road-tested Lopes. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Lopes Pregame show here on Your View. Well, the Lopes, they have had a 19-day layover from playing here at home. However, they handled their business out on the road, making things happen with WAC play out in California, commanding victories over Cal Baptist and Cal State Bakersfield. And now they are back home for no doubt 2 games they've had circled on the calendar all year long, waiting for UTRGV and, of course, New Mexico State. That's coming up later in the weekend. But what they're literally looking forward to is junior forward Carlos Johnson doing what he's been doing best as of late, and that's leading the Lopes with some strong play.
Carlos has been working hard. He's worked very hard. He adapted to the system. He found his role. Carlos has been a great player for us. He's been leading us in scoring, and he's really just a dog, and we really need that.
He's been rolling. It's a testament to him for how hard he works after practice, and he's just been grinding. He comes in with a huge aggression, and that's something we really need when we need some scoring, especially we sort of start slow, especially offensively. So he's been great coming off the bench and sort of getting us going with some scoring.
I think the word attack is probably the most important thing. I think he's had the opportunity to sit, at the beginning of games and get a feel for the game, to feel the game, so that when he goes in, he knows where he can attack from, and he's downhill right now. Almost everything is at the basket, which opens up his perimeter game.
Downhill play, that's what every coach or manager in sports wants to see from their players, so they're hoping for more of the same tonight from Carlos Johnson. But you did see senior leader Jared Martin giving his thoughts on Johnson. He had a lot of praise for his teammate. However, we also have some news on Martin, so before any further delay, let's bring in the rest of our broadcast team. Barry Boutel, Scott Williams, setting the stage with some breaking news and also some exciting news as the Lopes return home, ready for this WAC play tonight.
Yeah, the team is on a roll, Kate, obviously atop the conference, 7-1, tied with New Mexico State. The Aggies are in Bakersfield this evening, a little bit later start on the West Coast, so we will see how that pans out as the Western Athletic Conference is heating up.
It really is heating up, and GCU has got themselves in prime position right now. A couple games at home, got to take care of some business here tonight and on Saturday, but they are sitting in a good position on top.
Kate alluded to it. Boy, if you needed one guy in the lineup, not only here in the second half of the stretch, but in that WAC tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, it is Jared Martin. And unfortunately, the Lopes will not have number 42 in their lineup.
Yeah, my favorite Martin went down in practice with a significant knee injury, will not be available. I mean, he's the heart and soul of this team. He does all the dirty work. He takes the charges. He dives on the floor for the 50-50 balls. He goes down, helps out the bigs. He makes the extra pass. He's an extension of the coaching staff on the floor. They sorely miss him. He's going to stick around. He's going to be helping out on the bench, helping out in practice, helping these young guys out, but they're going to miss his feet on the floor.
Oh, no doubt. He will definitely be a vocal leader on the bench, but it was quite a blow for everybody here at GCU, and I'm sure the upcoming opponents are no doubt pleased to see that 42 won't be in the Lopes lineup because he is a thorn in their side. How about the Lopes though? 7-1, big victory at Bakersfield, 72-59.
They flat out got it done. I mean, they got after this basketball team, and that second half, they were absolutely outstanding. I love the fact that they went inside for 22 points. The bench was absolutely huge, 31-6 advantage, and shot, a good percentage from the field as well, taking smart shots.
They're putting teams away in the second half, 91-64. DeMar Milstead, big game for him as well, and he's been shining. Only 1 turnover each of the last 2 games.
You gotta love ball security on the road. You want to take care of that basketball. You don't want to give your team anything easy. You'll get that home team fired up. So taking care of the basketball is a premium on the road. Milstead did a good job.
Talk about fired up. How about Carlos Johnson? He has been on fire.
too big, too strong, too fast. And Coach Wilson hit it right on the head. He's at his best when he is lowering his chin and his head and driving it hard to the basket. There is not a defender in the Western Athletic Conference that can stop that young man when he puts his mind to going to get a bucket. Oh yeah, he's also stroking it from the outside.
Oh, everywhere, yeah. In our face, because he's hitting from the arc as well. 22.6 minutes and just over 22 points per game the last 3 games. Carlos Johnson has been lighting it up. Bakersfield, well, that was a big win there, but the Vaqueros come in from UTRGV, winners of 2 straight. They're a team that is 4-4 overall. It took a big 10-0 run to close things out in southern Texas before the Lopes won at 69-65.
Yeah, 10-0 run to come back and win that basketball, coming from behind down the stretch. But they're really going to have to watch out for Trey Wynn III. Big 6'7", 240 pounds, 5th-year senior. Can pretty much do it all. 23 points, 4 boards. He was 8 of 15 shooting last time the Lopes faced him down there in Texas. Got to know where that big man is at. He's not hard to miss. The Lopes got to make him play in the crowd tonight. Keep him off the offensive glass. Don't let him get any easy buckets around the paint. And if you're going to foul him, you better bring some, a hard attack to bring him down, because he'll put the finish and go to line for the 3-point play.
Yeah, the Vaqueros have been lethal from the arc as well the last couple of games. Double-digit scoring from the perimeter in 3-point land. That'll set up the game here tonight. We'll send it back up to you, Kate.
Well, guys, perhaps no game's bigger than what the Lopes are up against this weekend. So, Scott, how do you believe those victories on the road have prepared the team for the games against UTRGV tonight and, of course, New Mexico State on Saturday? How can they use that momentum?
Yeah, keep that momentum by getting after it early. You don't want to come out here and be passive. Be aggressive. Do the things that you did on the road to get yourself off to quick starts. Take the ball to the basket, make the extra pass, set a solid screen, roll with intention. Those are the types of things that get you actively involved in the game, get the crowd into the game. Do not look past this Texas team. They have won 4 big games on the road. I know New Mexico State looms on Saturday, but do not look past the Vaqueros.
Yeah, no trap game here. At least that's what the Lopes are hoping. And you better believe that that's what Dan Marley has prepared them for. So focus on the game at hand. So what exactly is the game plan? Well, our Barry Patel goes one-on-one with the man of the hour. The Lopes playing some of their best basketball, but they've got to keep it up. They have 5 straight wins. Can they keep it going? Barry finds out right after this here on the Lopes pregame show.
About time you washed it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck? Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. We want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
Tickets will be tough to come by this Saturday when the New Mexico State Aggies ride into town for a sunset showdown against the GCU Lopes with first place on the line. If you don't have tickets, you'll want to tune into your view starting at 6:30. Lopes pregame show hosted by Kate Longworth. The House of Havoc will be rocking. Tip-off set for 7. Out and about, listen to Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper on the radio at the Fanatic 1580 AM 99.3 FM. The Lopes pregame show rolls along from GCU Arena tonight. The Lopes battling UTRGV, the first and 2 on their home court alongside head coach Dan Marley. You guys riding high after a 2-game winning streak on the road.
I couldn't hear you, but now I can hear you, yeah.
I love the music.
Yeah, we did what we're supposed to. We went out and won on the road at Baptist, which was a good game for us. They were excited, white out. And then
they were excited.
They were excited.
Shirts,
and all of it. And then Bakersfield, sold out crowd, 2 teams, 6-1. hard place to play, and we really came out, and that was a statement game for us. I was proud of our guys.
Second half scoring has been a huge factor in the last couple of games in particular. What was it, like 92-64?
I think it has a lot to do with, well, I know it has a lot to do with our depth. We play hard for 40 minutes. That's one of our mantras. First half we go out, we play extremely hard. In the second half, I think we've been able to keep the intensity up and wear other teams out, especially with our defense and how much pressure we put on them. And that just goes to show you how hard our guys have worked, and our depth is starting to show up a little bit.
For somebody that's followed this program since you joined the GCU as head coach, the news this week, man, it really hit hard. Jared Martin goes down with that right knee injury, and he's out for the season. That's just devastating.
Well, it happened right behind us when we were practicing. One of the hardest things as a coach to watch, especially with a kid like Jared, who, signed here, and after we signed him, he blew out a knee, kept his commitment. We kept his commitment. He worked extremely hard. He's the heart and soul of our team. He's a captain. You can't quantify what he does for us, definitely not by the stat sheet. Playing the best basketball of his life here in his final year, leading the WAC in three-point shooting, the best defender in the WAC. And to have it end like that, it was devastating for everybody. The whole place went quiet. We knew it exactly when it happened in practice, and nobody feels worse than him. It's just a devastating blow. We'll have to find a way to overcome that, but just a great kid, and the culture, and he's just he's what GCU basketball is about.
So you've added, in all intents and purposes, another coach alongside. I'm sure it'll be a verbal addition to the bench.
No question. I called him, after we found out, and I said, I need you around. He said, I'll be there the whole time. He's going to travel. He's going to do all that stuff. So he's a big part of this program. He'll continue to lead from the bench.
On the court, Damari Milstead, you needed him down the stretch there to a career-high 25 points at UTRGV, and that big win, 69-65, and he's played really well, and he hasn't turned the ball over.
No, he's continued to get better every game, and he knows that as a point guard. He's been working on his weaknesses. He had a stretch there where he was turning the ball over, being a little bit careless. He's taking care of that. He makes big baskets. He's been very verbal, which is a good thing for a point guard. And Carlos and him have probably been our two best consistent players as of late. So very proud of Damari.
You mentioned Carlos Johnson. His numbers have skyrocketed as well.
Yeah, doing a great jump coming off the bench. Realizes what his role is to be aggressive, both defensively, rebounding, taking the ball to the basket. He does a great job getting the free throw line. Very good free throw shooter. The best thing about Carlos lately is he's really taking care of the basketball. He is a turnover king early in the year, and now he knows that people are expecting him to attack, and he's making the right play and doing a great job. So I'm happy for him. He's really putting the extra work and a lot of effort.
Carlos averaging just over 22 points per game in the last 3 games. A little bit of that needs to rub off on Ollie Laver. He needs to obviously turn it up a bit.
Well, Ollie just got to keep working. As I said, he finds a lot of double teams. He struggled from inside a little bit, but he just keeps working. He's a great kid. He works every day, and he's going to continue to demand double teams down there. He's got to make the right play, step out, make the three, play good defense, rebound, and just his presence on the floor really helps us. But it's no secret that we have to have him playing well.
Now, with Jared out for the remainder of the season, guys are going to have to step up. Coming back from an injury recently was Oscar Freyer. Are you looking for Oscar, Tim Finke, the like, to step up?
Well, Oscar, he's a preseason all-WAC player, and he's got to play like it. He's had kind of a disappointing year. Just coming off an injury, he's 100%. He'll be back in the starting lineup now that Jared's out. He's got to get back to playing good basketball, and that doesn't mean scoring the basketball. We need him to score, but it means rebounding and playing defense, be our best defender, and put the team ahead of himself. He's got to do that, and then it's going to be a chance for Tim Finke as a freshman to get a little bit more playing time and hopefully kind of take over the role of Jared, which is a really good defender, rebounder, team guy, hit open shots. And then Rob. Rob will probably play more now that Jared's out. Jared played the 3 and the 4, and now we'll need Rob in there to provide us some size.
You take on the Vaqueros. We talked about the 4-point victory. You had to go on a bit of a run there to close things out with that victory on the road. They come in here. Their 3-point shooting has been shining the last couple of games, and we'll look for Terry Wynn, no doubt.
Yeah, don't shoot a lot of them, but very effective. Really a high-pressure team. Presses you, plays zone, plays man. Is going to do a lot of that stuff. It's a very improved. Coach Hill's done a great job with this team. it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a hard game tonight. We've talked about not looking past this game for Saturday. I don't think there's any way our guys will do that, but they are kids. We're going to have to play well here tonight to secure a victory.
All right, good luck tonight,
All right,
Coach.
thank you.
Dan Marley, our guest. Stay with us more. The Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena, but first, there are great things around the Valley of the Sun. We'll speak with Canyon State Credit Union CEO Jane Dobbs about their philanthropic endeavors when the Lopes pregame show returns right after this.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Do you want to be on Ask GCU? Twitter raffle.
Twitter raffle?
Tweet us your questions, and the person with the best question is going to get featured on the next episode with the crew.
My dudes.
What are you doing?
People don't like us very much, it seems.
Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
As we welcome you back to the Lopes pregame show, we want to remind you there are other athletic programs thriving here on the GCU campus. And number 4 ranked Oklahoma Sooners are going to put the Lopes to the test here in Phoenix. They're taking on the GCU softball team tomorrow, February 8th at 5 p.m. The Sooners are one of the top programs in the country, winners of 4 national titles. They return a host of top players from last year's 57-5 squad, but the Lopes, they are ready to hopefully pull off the biggest upset in school history behind a very solid nucleus of the Smith twins, Shay and Sierra. Plus, pitcher Brianna Aguilar will be out there. And we want to remind you to come out and cheer for the softball team tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, first pitch. Kate Longworth here, and I am joined now by a very special guest here on the Lopes pregame show, Jane Dobbs, Chief Executive Officer with Canyon State Credit Union. Thank you so much for being out here at the game, and I know you're not alone. You've brought a whole force with you. So first, tell us a little bit about Canyon State Credit Union, and then we'll get to your partnership here with GCU.
Well, first, thank you for having us tonight. We really appreciate the partnership we have with GCU. Tonight, Canyon State Credit Union is a 60-year-old local credit union that has done business in the Valley. We're full service, and our tagline, is committed to the communities that we serve.
And tonight is Metro Tech night, and you shared with me that many students are here along with their families. What brought them out here, and how valuable is it for these students to be here taking in this college experience?
We think it's really valuable, and we've been doing this for 4 years now. In many cases, this is going to be the students' first time that they stepped on a college campus. And if we can leverage our relationship with GCU and provide the opportunity for these students and their families, as well as our staff and their families, to come out and enjoy a game in a family-friendly setting, we're so grateful to do that and expose them to the college environment, which hopefully that they'll consider.
Right, and I know you're coming off a busy week with the Waste Management Phoenix Open. How did you connect kids to be out there and also taking the golf experience, but also do a little work as well?
That's a really great question, and we have a good partnership with someone who works the bank out at the Phoenix Open, and she's helped us leverage that by offering the opportunity for students that are currently in sports marketing programs at Metro Tech or Barry Goldwater High School too in Deer Valley to experience the Open from an event management standpoint, from a banking standpoint, from a sports marketing standpoint, and really get to see how much work it takes to put on an event like that. It's really been very successful.
And you referenced the partnership you have here with GCU. Why is it important for you to support the students here and the university?
As I said, we are very committed to the communities that we serve, and we're local, and we see GCU as part of that local community, local business. Some of the ways that we've enjoyed the relationship and committed to it are making sure that we sponsor the basketball team, of course, but we're also involved with TEDx. We sponsor new student orientation week, and we also have hired and mentored some GCU employees. So the fact that we're local and present and available on campus makes that relationship important.
And you're doing so much for the college-age student, but it starts when their kids are young. You also have Caring for Kids that you really give to, and you're able to raise an incredible amount of diapers. And as a mom with kids in diapers, I know how valuable that can be. Take me through what that program is all about and how you were able to give back.
First of all, Caring for Kids is an annual campaign that we work in partnership with KTR, Mac and Gatos, and our goal has always been to raise diapers for the foster family community in Arizona. All of those diapers go to Arizona Helping Hands and Crisis Nursery Arizona, who have a great need to provide diapers to foster families who just need basic items. And this year, I'm honored to say that we raised over 250,000 diapers for both of those agencies.
Unbelievable. That's so exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us the work in the community. Keep up the great work. You're obviously changing lives out there.
Thank you very much.
All right, and when we come back, as you can hear right behind us, the Purple pregame party is going on, and tonight it's even more electric. Why, you ask? Well, it's Thunder's birthday. We'll get to that throughout the game broadcast, but first we're going to talk specifics when it comes to the Lopes basketball team with the GCU insider who knows it all. Coro's Corner is up next.
We have been the experts in clean since 1945. We help businesses keep their facilities cleaner, healthier, greener, and safer. We are passionate about what we do and are committed to making your workplace environment the cleanest and healthiest it can be.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, it's Thunder's birthday, and they're getting things ready here inside the GCU Arena, and we are excited to have you here on the Lopes pregame party and Lopes pregame show. It's always a party, and we want to remind you that you can be a part of the party by finding us on social media using the hashtag LopesUp on Instagram and Twitter. And as you see right now, we have some tweets rolling on the bottom of our screen, and that tweet could be yours, so be sure to check in with us tonight. And right now, the mascots are filing onto the court for Thunder's birthday. It's pretty exciting down there, but GCU doesn't just have a mascot, they have an insider as well, and he is with us right now. Paul Coro joining us, fresh off the road with the Lopes after a couple of big wins. What did you see from the Lopes? They're truly road tested now, and what they were able to accomplish over in California.
Yeah, amazing couple wins that they won those games by 17 and 13 on the road. This is a team that already has as many road wins at that midway point than they did all of last season on the road, and it's really a testament to their toughness. You know, Dan Marley had talked about that in the half. You know, like, they're comfortable here, but can you take that same game on the road? And they've really shown that in those two games.
Well, that's the good news. The bad news, that has actually been very hard for me covering this team, because there are some players you watch and you like their work ethic, and Dan Marley refers to him as the heart and soul of the team. That, of course, being Jared Martin, who is now sidelined for the rest of the season after hurting his ACL. How does this injury affect the team, and how have you seen Martin taking the news?
Yeah, you're not alone. I think this whole campus was in a bit of sorrow about that news. Jared Martin is beloved on the team by anybody who meets him, by the faculty, by students. He just is the most important player in ways that stats can't show, because he's the best defender on the team. He brings energy to every practice, every game. He had been playing the best basketball of his career. That game at Bakersfield, he had 5 steals. He blocked a shot at the rim. he dunks. You know, like he has 3 career dunks, and 2 of them have been lately. And, it's just heartbreaking for the guy. He's taken it really well. He's amazingly upbeat for just losing all those special things like senior night and WAC tournament and a possible NCAA breakthrough.
Yeah, another testament of his character. Fortunately, though, the Lopes do have other teammates stepping up, and we've seen it really from all season long. But lately, Carlos Johnson, what's been fueling his fire?
Yeah, we talk about late night with Lopes all season, but he's going into prime time now. He's scored 20 or more in the last 3 games off the bench. Only 6 guys in the nation have done that this season. He's now in the top 20 for bench points in the nation, and that's despite starting the first 5 games this season. He just really has embraced that role. And he's a guy that they can count on and gives them something unique, and he's figured out where to get his points. But he's playing a complete game too. He's playing defense and rebounding and really buying into what Dan Marley's created for him.
And you filed a great article on GCULopes.com about Trey Drexel, really taking ownership of the boards. How have you seen him step up his game, especially on the defensive end?
Well, there's another great example of a guy who had a role defined for him by Dan Marley, and he embraced it. Dan Marley asked him to rebound more. He had led his team in D2 in rebounding, and now he's leading his Division I team. He's leading the WAC in defensive rebounding as a guard because he attacks.
Unreal. And we'll see what the Lopes have as far as their plan of attack goes tonight. When we come back, we'll be take a trip around the WAC. Don't worry, you don't have to leave your couch. We'll do all the work. The Purple Pregame Party is where it's at. We'll be right back.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
The Lopes are 7-1 and in action tonight against UTRGV, but they also have a stake at the WAC title right now at the top of the leaderboard with New Mexico State. Right now, New Mexico State is at Cal State University, Bakersfield. Bakersfield at home, 9-1. New Mexico State on the road, still solid with a 6-2 record. It is going to be a showdown tonight. Tip-off is 8 o'clock, and we'll be following the action to bring you updates live throughout the game tonight. And we also want to remind you, Chicago State also in action at California Baptist. Meanwhile, the Lopes on the women's side, they are holding their own against UTRGV at UTRGV. 2019, Deja Daniel leading the way with 9 points to her name. Bakersfield is at New Mexico State. New Mexico State on the women's side solid as well with a 7-2 record. All right, we set the stage as far as how the WAC play looks, and we have got you hopefully excited because tonight is a big one with UTRGV. It will not be a trap game. That's what the Lopes are hoping for as they return home with the help of the 6th man. The band is in the house, the cheerleader, the dance team. They're all here coming off some big competitions, and of course, the Havocs are in the house, ready to make some havoc. So we will join you right after this quick break with all the action. Barry Patel, Scott Williams have the call. Grab that snack, sit back, and enjoy Division I college basketball right here on your kids.
And this is Ask GCU. Hi, I'm Brittany Holwyn, and you should watch Ask GCU,
where we answer your questions every week.
And the points don't matter. Wait, what?
Tune in every week for answers to be questioned.
Where we answer your questions in a common... all right.
I'm a professional banter!
Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes look to improve to 10-0 on their home court as they play host to the UTRGV Vaqueros. Welcome to GCU basketball alongside three-time NBA champion Scott Williams. I'm Barry Vitale. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. The Lopes riding high, 7-1 atop the WAC with the Aggies from New Mexico State. Riding high, but they're also a bit low because number 42 is out for the year, Jared Martin.
Yeah, the heart and soul of this team, an extension of the coaching staff on the floor, a guy that does all the little things to help get a victory, extra passes, diving on the floor, getting the knee burn, getting the floor burn, taking the charge. They're going to miss his feet on the floor, but they're going to have him around this young group.
Well, they had him in the lineup at Bakersfield, a big 72-59 win.
Oh, he was absolutely fantastic. I love the way he goes out there and attack. They were mentally tough in this game down the stretch. I mean, Damari Mills steady. This guy is so good with taking care of the pressure. Well, the other team's trying to throw on him, doesn't turn the basketball over, gets everybody involved in the offense. I love the way that bench came and performed.
How about Carlos Johnson? The last 3 games, over 22 points on average per game.
It reminds me of the microwave Vinnie Johnson back with the Detroit Pistons. You put him in there, he's instant offense. Battling amongst the trees. 3 guys can't stop him down there. And he's determined. He puts his head down and takes it to the basket. He's too big, too strong, too fast for any of these WAC defenders.
There you see the numbers. A look for Carlos Johnson to step up against the Vaqueros. They are 4-4. Their leading scorer is Terry Wynn III.
Yeah, big load inside, 6'7", 240. Takes the ball hard to the basket, got a decent handle, gets on the offensive glass.
Let's send it down to the public address announcer, Paul DeNuser, with our prayer and our national anthem.
And tonight's Western Athletic Conference men's basketball matchup between the Vaqueros of University of Texas-Rio Grande Valley and your Grand Canyon University and Lopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Aaron Kane, a local outreach coordinator here at GCU.
God, we thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. We thank you for the gifts and the talents you have given to each of these players and coaches. We ask that you keep everyone safe tonight and that we would glorify you in all that we do. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Aaron. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with a singing of the national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the Sandra Day O'Connor High School Choir under the direction of Anna Backstrom.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
Thank you, Sandra Day O'Connor High School Choir.
Chance of USA from the Havocs, who are out in full force. They'll need to bring this same energy Saturday night when New Mexico State comes to town. But the Vaqueros in town riding high. They were winners of 2 straight. They're even up at 4-4 in the conference, 12-12 overall. Their third-year head coach is Lou Hill. Here is his starting 5. Brought to you by Dignity Health, Javon Levi, Jordan Jackson, Tyson Smith, Terry Wynn III, and Leslie Varner II.
Yeah, we're going to pop Levi. This guy's absolutely been fantastic as of late. You see the numbers, 8.5 points per game, 12 assists per basketball game. He's small, but he's scrappy. He is the WAC Player of the Week.
Assistant coaches Jay Stedman, Kenyon Crandall, and Luke McKay for Lou Hill. 37-52 overall at UTRGV. Time now to introduce you to GCU. Coach Dan Marley's starting 5, brought to you by Dignity Health, Hello Human Kindness, Trey Drexel, Damari Milstead, Oscar Freyer, Michael Finke, and Alessandro Labor.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on number 2, Drexel, tonight. He has absolutely been doing a job on the boards the last 4 games. His numbers, 9.5 points per game, 8.3 rebounds. That's right, 8.3 rebounds a game, go along with over 3 assists. He leads the Lopes in rebounding. He does a nice job getting back inside and helping out the bigs on that defensive glass. In fact, he's leading all players in the Western Athletic Conference in defensive rebounds.
Dan Marley in his 6th season, 117-65 overall. The associate head coach of Lewis Wilson. The assistant coaches are Chris Gremolone and TJ Benson. Director of basketball operations is Jesse Parker. The special assistant to the head coach is Johnny Hill. The video coordinator, Matt Lopez. Graduate assistant, Dylan Hidalgo. Director of sports medicine is Jordy Hackett. And the director of sports performance is Gabe Borland. Perfect. At home, 9-0. Winners of 5 straight. And atop the WAC at 7-1 alongside the Aggies of New Mexico State.
Well, you never know. Martin had a bad knee. The way he's popping around out there in the middle of that huddle.
Come on, put on the carbonite brace. Let's get out there. Oh, well. Here are our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game. Sanderson Ford, the best play in a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford.
Yeah, you know, these teams have been on the road for a while, so it's nice to have them home. You know, it's not like the old folks home we're going to, Barry. They're back here at GCU Arena, so we're going to go with homing missiles. Hey, make the extra pass on offense for clean looks to basket from behind the arc. Sure, you can go and get side against this team. Tallest player, 6'7". But if you make that extra pass, you'll get a cleaner look, and that ball will find its target. And then home security, lockdown defense. That means everybody on a chain. You move, it means your teammates got to move with you. Nobody gets in the paint tonight. Don't let them get inside your house. Keep them out of the middle. And then home cooking. Who doesn't like a little home cooking? Sweet potato pie, mac and cheese, you know, all that stuff. Well, GCU Arena's got it right here. You mentioned it. They are perfect 9-0. This is the home court advantage in the Western Athletic Conference tonight. Do what you got to do to get these students involved, these faculty involved, and all these fans going by getting on the floor, getting on the offensive glass, and winning the 50-50 battles.
We are underway. The Lopes in possession. Milstead being harassed a bit. Driving in, dishes out. Freyer pulls back out. Ooh, almost picked off Labor. Varner was there. Labor trying to get it to Drexel. Finds him. Drives. Up high, off the glass. Short, but foul.
Yeah, I like that right there. Being aggressive. Trey Drexel, not ever shy about going inside there. Does a nice job of getting body contact in there, so he knows he's going to have an opportunity to go to the free throw line if he can't finish.
Drexel at the line, 68%. Remind me not to say that again.
Yeah, I didn't say it this time. Put that one in your column.
That's on me.
It's early.
There you go.
Lopes falling back in their traditional man-to-man defense. They will switch on the perimeter. Ball and man come together.
Coming back out, Levi, near side, quickly, Jackson down in the corner. Tyson Smith, bounce pass inside. Back out to Jackson. Smith, handing it off, Warner. Looks to hit, off the edge of the rim. Loose ball, who's it out? It belongs to the Lopes.
Yeah, Oscar Freire got up really high. I think he got up so high he surprised himself. Obviously a little extra adrenaline to start this game, but was off one of the vaqueros. I think it was a good call.
Freire. Coach Marley looking for Oscar Freire to step up. Again, Jared Martin out for the year. The right knee injury sustained in practice this week.
Yeah, Freire can score, but who's going to do the little stuff? Who's going to be the guy that steps in and helps the team out on defense? Knows the plays and gets the ball to the right person.
A couple of quick fouls here by the Vaqueros.
It's a big game for both teams. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some early moment jitters in this one.
Drexel the inbound. Milstead.
Like this high pick and roll with Labor. Oh, Labor. Unless he moved. I thought he was stationary. Dan Marley does not like the call. I'd have to agree with him. Yeah, Labor was there eating a ham sandwich and a Diet Coke. Don't understand that one. Looked like a pretty good pick.
Marley letting the official have it.
We've seen Labor get in some early foul trouble. Not recently, but he has had some time on that bind.
Doesn't go there for Tyson Smith. Rebound, put back and good.
Second chance points. Can't allow that. Right in front of the rim. Sneaked in along the baseline. Came back from underneath the basket. Snatched that one and put it back. Give credit where credit's due. That was a hard-working basket.
Tom O'Neill, Rick O'Neill, and Real Benaria are the officials. Stops. Glass. Foul.
Oh, that was a nice power move by Freire to get inside. I thought he was using that glass, would have softened that shot just enough to be able to find the bottom of the net. But what a nice opportunity here. Goes in there, takes on this, splits the double thing. That's a great hesitation, ball fake, head and shoulder fake, whatever you want to call it. You get these jumping jacks that want to block shots. Get them up in the air. As they're coming down, you go back up, get that body contact. Don't shy away from that contact, you young players. You get a guy off his feet, get into his chest when he's on his way down, and you go up strong.
All right, we are just lifting the lid on this game. And we are under review. The officials have asked to see the television reviews first, so we apologize for that. I've seen who the foul is on right now, which is always good.
Yeah, they want to make sure they get it right. You know, I don't mind when they do it in that video replay, but if it's quick and succinct. But sometimes they get over. It seems like they're just having a powwow at Starbucks or something. I like the way these guys handle that replay there. Get the foul call, get back inside. Players want to keep it moving. The fans certainly do too.
All good. Freire at the line. Ooh. Heavy.
What they've given away arm sleeves to these Havocs. I'm looking down over the student body. They all got these Havoc arm sleeves. I want to get one of those before I get out of here tonight.
Need that extra layer in this frigid temperature.
You know, that basket's crooked. I was down there shooting threes. It took me a while. On my fourth shot, I finally got one to go down because
something has to be wrong with it.
The right side of that backboard sticks out a little farther to the baseline than the left side does, throwing these players off in this first half. I started to say something to one of the officials.
Not so sure that's a factual statement. Freire on the run. Turns up the glass.
It doesn't matter if you get a steal and make a transition basket. Freire shot out of a cannon to the other end.
Driving off the glass doesn't work there for Varner.
All right, that's why you never save the ball under your own basket. That's a 50-year senior making a freshman mistake. If you got to carry that ball out of bounds with you, you just carry that ball out of bounds. Make them have to set up another play.
Milstead, Michael faking.
Okay, that's how you correct a mistake. You go back inside, get the high percentage shot. I think he knows better than that.
Out high is Javon Levi in the corner. Inside, Varner quickly finds Wynn. Travel on Terry Wynn III.
Probably lucky got called for the travel because Drexel had ripped that ball away, was getting ready to go off to the races, and Let's see, let's take a look at this one more time here. That left foot's a pivot foot, and then 1, 2, and one extra one. Too many.
Win at 23 points against the Lopes, January 12th. Milstead, Michael Finke. Back out, Laver. Looks left. Drexel can't get free. Good D there by Varner.
They're doing a nice job coming together on those double teams on the ball.
Laver in the paint, battling right at it.
I'll tell you what, that young man's got some good footwork in and around that basket. That was a nice little up and under. Didn't get much height on it, but he did enough to get this player off his spot that he could come back, snap it back to the right, and get it up off glass. 7-4 advantage, Lopes.
Reel it out, Levi back in the corner. That's where Wynn trying to back in on Finke. Turns, short, rebound. Into the hands of Oscar Freire. Milstead up over the top to Drexel. Drexel moving in. Right hand. Oh, that's a little heavy.
I think the player guessed he was going to his right and got right in the way of Drexel. That's what you can't have. You can't have that transition basket after a missed shot. Lopes got to get back in. What we said, Keegan, protect the house. Get back in that paint. Make them play out in the yard. That's that area somewhere between the three-point line and the painted area. Tough twos all night long, and you will not get beat by the Vaqueros.
Milstead drives off the glass, over the horn.
Oh, wow. Was he not in the restricted area? They called a charge.
Are you kidding me?
I thought Milstead got there before the player got his feet outside that restricted area. No protest from Dan Marley, so maybe I'm wrong.
Favorite pitch. Let's send it down to Kate Longworth.
All right, thank you guys. I am joined by a couple of stars from the women's tennis team here at GCU, Amelia and Selena. And ladies, you are riding a 3-match win streak, the #1 doubles team here for the Lopes. How long have you guys been partners, and what do you feel like is fueling your success?
So it's actually our first season that we play together, yeah.
But you know each other well. You're making things happen on the court.
Yeah, it's so cool. I'm so excited. It's so cool, yeah.
And you guys have won WAC Doubles Players of the Week, but you've also won Singles Player of the Week, recognized by the WAC. What's the difference in your games, whether you're playing singles or doubles, and which one do you prefer?
So actually, I like both. But yeah, before coming to GCU, I used to like singles more because in Italy, tennis is considered more an individual sport. But since I'm here, I was lucky to find such good doubles partners, so I'm having fun with both.
That's great to hear, and succeeding on with both as well. And you're from Hamburg, Germany. So how did you hear about GCU, and what it made you want to play with the Lopes?
Yeah, so one of my friends, she's actually from Hamburg, and she was already here. And she told me GCU is awesome, Selena, you should come here. And then I could text the coach, and yeah, so now I'm here.
And a lot of players from overseas. You have 3 other players from Italy on the team. How does that help to have players from back home?
It helps a lot because like we kind of understand each other better because we have the same needs, the same problems, so it's good to rely on this kind of people.
The teammates teaming up, and you guys have a lot to look forward to. 7 more home matches at the GCU tennis facility, and of course the WAC championship in Texas in April. What are you anticipating as the season continues?
So I think it's going to be very challenging for us, but we are looking forward. I'm super excited, and yeah, we have an awesome team, so yeah.
And I don't mean to put you on the sport, but you're not only good on the court, but you're strong in the classroom as well. Student Athlete of the Month for January. Congratulations, and why is it important for you to put an emphasis on schoolwork as well as your tennis game?
So I really like both studying and playing tennis, so I find a good balance, so it's good. Yeah.
All right, well, keep up the great work, ladies. Thanks so much for joining us, and guys, let's go back upstairs to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, they're off to a hot start.
That's awesome. Smart and talented, huh?
Yep.
Tell you what, I put this arm sleeve on.
Yeah.
That's what you got us a couple arm sleeves, and I got so excited. My guns are popping out so big. I look like Thanos from the Marvel comics.
It's unbelievable. You've been working out. Vaqueros down by 1. Just inside the arc. Not there. Freier's there for the rebound.
How about that? Freire snatched that ball
nice to see.
Up above the rim. Brought it down with him.
Michael Finke looks left. Laver beyond the arc. He's going to hand it off to Milstead. He's going to cut back to the left. Ooh, they're playing it tight, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are playing swarming defense. They try to get a little side pick and pop.
Oh, look at there, Drexel. basket in there.
And he got the bucket and the foul. I gotta like the pass there from Ollie Laver too. That's a design play. You clear out that right side. They've been doing that DHO, the dribble handoff. They set him up with a couple plays early on. They think they're gonna go DHO again, but then Drexel snaps it off. He goes back door and a great pass. Went past the defender's arm and Drexel makes the finish.
Carlos Johnson in the game, averaging 22 points per game. Tick above that in the last 3 games, coming in off the bench.
And he has been on fire, hot as fish grease.
Oh, that's hot. Oh, turnover by Greg Bowie, the second.
Yeah, look, that was all Oscar Freire. He just got up on that baseline, got up at his man. He said, I'm going to go with you, go chest to chest, chin to chin. Let's see who's the better man. And Oscar Freire is able to slap that one off his leg and out of bounds.
Inside, Vicky dishes out, Freire for 3. Ooh, doesn't go. Johnson, that's short. He gets it. Oh, does he get it back? No, picked off by Solomon Heine. Stopping, popping, good. Is there for Tyson Smith.
Nice job by Smith. Took a little rhythm dribble, got himself on balance. Feet and shoulders squared to the basket. Candy.
Tim Finke at the scorer's table. He'll be one of those players that you looked upon to step up in the absence of Jared Martin. Johnson backing, goes to his right, twists around. Oh! Jet goes in. What a move!
CJ is smooth down there on that baseline. I'll tell you what, CJ is showing himself to be one heck of a ball player. This is the guy we thought we had early in the season. It took him a little while to get off that launch pad, but boy, is he flying high now.
4-point Lopes lead. Near side from the arc. Too heavy, and look who's there. Freire.
Well, they're going to get him for travel? No foul.
No foul on Greg Bowie.
Yeah, see, I'll tell you what, Freire's doing a good job on the glass. Yeah, he realizes that, you know, he will have to score some, but he's got to do some of the little things. Defend, rebound, make the extra pass, run the floor. And that's his 3rd rebound already.
Michael Finke takes a seat. Matt Jackson in. Freire's going to take a seat. Tim Finke in.
Tim Finke putting on some muscle in his upper body. I tell you what, he could be getting with that in that gym, working with that strength and conditioning coach. He's probably added 5 or 7 pounds of muscle just through his shoulders and chest.
Dave Borland. Oh, Damari Milstead downtown.
Rock steady Damari. I tell you what, he has been wonderful his last 3 ball games. Does a really good job not turning that basketball over and pressing the other team's point.
Picked off Johnson, Milstead.
Oh, they were getting ready to do something dynamic on that offensive end. Smart foul there, stopping the fast break, making them take it side out of bounds, but that's already their 5th team foul. Look at that one more time, that extra pass, that's what we're talking about. You know, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am, because that pass leads to a higher percentage shot. Not only did he get the pass, he got it right in rhythm, right in that chest area between the letters and the number. He can go straight up with it, knock it down.
Milstead, Matt Jackson, who had a little room, puts it down, leaves it there for Carlos Johnson. Stops, back to Matt, underneath. Oh, look at that! He just jammed it into the rim there.
Okay,
that's not gonna work.
No, he should have went up with it the first time. But we've commented twice already this season how that ball has been jammed between the backboard and the rim, and here is the 3rd time that it's already happened. I thought Jackson should have just came right over the top, said, "Meet me at the 10th floor. If you block it, you block it. If not, I'm going to the free throw line." Sometimes it's hard to come off that bench and be ready to, you know, just go in there with that aggression, but that's the job of a bench player.
Levi kicks back out. Long range, not there. The Vaqueros come up with a rebound this time. Dishes back out. Levi beyond the arc. Eyed there by Johnson. Now trying to make a move. Boy, was that sweet.
Beep, beep. Hey, Carlos Johnson, I'm pretty fast myself. That was one quick step. He got around the corner on Johnson, and nobody could stop him once he got to the rim. Carroll needed a basket. That was a big.
Left a bit of a vapor trail there. Johnson. He wants 3. Oh, that's off the mark. Not going to say a word. Early.
You know, he's 4 for 9 on that road trip shooting from the threes. Let's That's a little bit of a heat check. He's trying to see if he's still hot.
Sure.
But he is better going to that rack, as we have talked about many times. As Coach Wilson has talked about it as well.
Johnson almost got that, but it back into the hands it went for Varner.
Coach Marley will not accept back-to-back buckets inside. He gets a quick timeout.
12 minutes exactly on the clock. 5-point Lopes lead. Marley wants to put an end to this little bit of a sluggish play as of late. So we're going to step aside, be back as the Lopes look to remain perfect on their home court. They are perfect 9-0. Looking to stay atop the WAC. They stand at 7-1.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Tonight's GCU men's basketball game is brought to you in part by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness. By Sanderson Ford. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. And by BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth, and on Thunder's birthday, all of his friends are out. Big Red.
It's a birthday party up at GCU Arena. Happy birthday, Thunder.
I wonder why they weren't invited to mascot. That was a mascot, wasn't it? They're a great crowd here at GCU Arena. They brought it early, though. We saw that. We just hope they got enough in their tank. They'll need to be back here Saturday night.
Yeah, they had a 19-day layoff,
so
they were pumped up an hour before a game. Had the jock jams going, and the crowds were into with all their synchronized dancing.
Milstead brings it up. Roberts Blumberg's at the scorer's table. Milstead to his left. Johnson. Oh, they're on him like glue. Laver gives him a little bit of cushion. Wow, 4 Vaqueros around him.
They're trying tough sledding inside. Those Vaquero defense right now has some teeth to it.
Levi. Varner back out. Didiamaka beyond the arc. Uche, Didiamaka. Brings it way back out. Bit of an on-ramp and off the glass for Javon Levi.
Yeah, 3 buckets now that the ball has started outside the paint. They have driven it right to the front of the hole. 6-0 mini spurt for the Vaqueros, and they have been point-blank shots. That's why Coach Marley snapped that timeout just a moment ago to try to shut that down. Apparently, what he told those guys at the break there did not come through, register, and they find themselves in a 1-point game here.
Laver back to Finke, puts it on the floor, and may not have been advisable. Foul by Carlos Johnson.
Can't have that one. That's a frustration foul that got a shot blocked the time before. Lopes come down this time and turn it over, and what was all clicking and working so well just a moment ago, suddenly not working. This is when you had a guy like Martin that would come off the bench in that second unit. If you'd hit a little bit of a lull, he would do it with the defense, get everybody, on the pace, get some lockdown defense, get some runouts, get a foul, maybe get to the free throw line and get the scoring going again.
Well, there's an opportunity. Roberts Blumberg's on the court. Finke on the court, Tim Finke. They need them to step up in the absence of Martin. 1-point lead. Levi, the reigning WAC player of the week, puts the Vaqueros in the lead.
Yeah, he's just putting his head down. He doesn't think that there's a GCU player that can stay in front of him. 8 straight points for the Vaqueros.
Charged by Johnson.
He gets a second right now. He's going to have to go spend some time on the bench. And sure enough, Coach Marley gets Frere off that bench for Johnson. Look at Levi. Boy, I'll tell you what, Drexel's a pretty good defender, but I don't know too many players in the Western Athletic Conference going to stay with Levi's move right there. He just gave him a two-piece and a biscuit and said, beep, beep, I'm going to the basket.
Coach Hill really scouting out. They know what Carlos Johnson is capable of doing. They just converge and collapse in that paint.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie. That guy's been so hot. You know, they watch tape like everybody else. They figured if you're going to get beat, it won't be beat by Johnson. Make somebody else have to step up.
Warner. Bounce pass beyond the extended hand there of Gaye.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good pass. Oh, they're going to check and see if it wasn't deflected, but well, I called a foul on that one. That's a 16 foul. Excuse me, that's a 17 foul. It's going to be free throws the other way for the Lopes. They're in a bonus situation here. I don't think the officials realize it. That's 17 fouls. Okay, well, maybe the scoreboard's incorrect. The scoreboard is saying 7 fouls on the Vaquero. I don't understand why we're not shooting free throws right now.
Interesting. In the corner, Fickey. Quick passing down low. Blumberg's kicked back out. Drexel's got room. Short. Up over the top, they said Blumberg's.
My stat sheet says 7. I don't know whether the coaching staff, the assistant coaching staff, is supposed to be on top of that. There's supposed to be somebody that's on there.
Get back out. In the corner. Kidiamaka kicks it out. That's where he finds Heine. Heine bounce pass inside, back out to Levi. Rather look out, room for Levi.
Can't stop that guy. He's got jets on the back of his shoes, and he's got it turned up to high. He's just going right to the basket. What is that now? 10-0 run for the Vaqueros. Marley was afraid his team might come out, looking past his team to Saturday. Seems here in the first half, and that is exactly what has happened. I got to pack it in against Levi and shut off the middle. There he goes again.
Lopes started 3 of 3, now 3 of 11 from the field. Levi, there, loose ball, kicked back out, fresh 30 on the shot clock.
You think Frere got away with a goaltend there?
Very close, very close. Throwing it down, Levi. Pass into Varner. Varner finds nothing but net. 5-point Vaqueros lead. Kick back out. Bounce pass, Frere. Hard foul there by Solomon Heine.
Yeah, good solid basketball both ways. I like the way Frere was aggressive taking that ball to the basket there. When you got things that haven't been working, you turn the basketball over, sometimes you just got to start playing a little harder, not worried about being finesse and trying to go in there and move the ball around the defender, just take it right through him.
You mentioned Javon Levi being the WAC player of the week, the reigning player of the week. And he's got some afterburners just like Carlos Johnson has.
Who knew he was actually that fast? I tell you what, he goes to the basket with reckless abandon, and he's got good ball handling skills. He's very shifty when he's throwing these defenders, whether it's Drexel or Frere or anybody else that gets switched down on him. It doesn't matter. He's having his way out there. I love that one right there. Split 2 trees and getting the bucket inside. And then one more time here, a little inside-out move on Damari Milstead. And then I love this one by Drexel. He hit it with a 2-piece and then a little hesitation at the basket. So he's doing it right in different ways. That one right there, a little Fickey off the bench. He was still trying to get warmed up. He had no chance to stop him. 8 points on 4 or 5 shooting from the field.
Let's take a look at the BSN Sports calendar for GCU Sports. BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. Softball is underway and in action, and tomorrow they'll be back on the brand new softball field here at GCU against number 4 Oklahoma. Return visit by the Sooners. The alumni game for baseball on the 9th. Softball also resumes against San Diego State. Syracuse in town to battle GCU on the softball field. New Mexico State here on Saturday. Plenty of athletic events on the campus of GCU. Women's basketball against UMKC on the 14th. Pepperdine taking on men's volleyball on the 15th. Wichita State opens it up for GCU baseball at the brand new Brazel Field at GCU Ballpark. And then Ball State, part of the GCU Classic in cooperation with the Los Angeles Angels. Some games at Tempe Diablo Stadium as well. Stanford in town for that.
Los Angeles Angels. I used to go to those ball games when they were the Anaheim Angels. I living out there in California.
Not to say that.
Yeah, I know. I had a big halo. That's when I knew I was getting close. I was telling you why I get so excited to watch those days. That was my first love. Angels, Dodgers, baseball was my first love. My mama taught me how to play baseball when I was 5 years old.
Prayer at the line. Out, but Blumberg is there for the rebound. Kick back out. Milstead quickly to Johnson. Johnson moves to his right. Drive. High right hand and in.
Oh, you got to count that basket. You got to count that. He waved it off.
No.
Unbelievable. I thought that was a good continuation there, even for the college level. That's a nice, strong drive here by Johnson. That's where I like Johnson. Head down, shoulders tucked, chin strong and squared. Take it to the rack, young man. Something wrong with that basket. I told you that right side of that backboard sticks out a little further than the left side.
I was hoping
It's throwing these players off a little bit.
I hope you didn't break it when you were trying to hit those threes in the corner.
Come on, man. That was good tonight. I'm getting used to shooting with my jacket on.
Yeah. It was like your 4th attempt. I mean, you're getting a lot better. I mean,
Okay,
that wasn't your game,
was
was
my
it?
fourth.
That wasn't your game.
College 3? Oh, I can shoot the college 3.
Really?
Yeah. We had a trail play in college. Coach Smith used to let me take it from back out there.
Nice. I bet that erupted the crowd. Just when you hit a 3. Blumbergs. How about Roberts with a little bit of hustle?
You gotta like that. That's that fire, that passion you need those bench guys to come in with.
Milstead. Little floater. Good!
Okay, all right. Almost right in GCU Arena again here now. Tied up 20-20. Now the Lopes going on a little streak of their own. Can they get a 3rd stop in a row?
Tyson Smith. Inside. Milstead got a little bit of hand on it, but Carroll's will retain possession.
Excuse me, Barry. I thought Milstead had gotten over there in time to get his hand on that ball, and it went up off of the player's leg that was trying to shoot it. And then look at this one more time, Milstead. He's gotten so confident in his 2nd year now, taking that ball, 1-2 rhythm dribbles, and getting a good shot right at that free throw line.
Look at Blumbergs.
Is that little Roberts down there doing it again?
Good game, Bob.
I'll tell you what, Roberts Blumbergs was buried so deep on that bench we couldn't see him at times. And about he was an opportunity for him to come down when a player went down with a rib injury, that he was able to step in and got some minutes and some confidence, and the coaching staff just loved his energy, and they have gone back to him, and they are he is rewarding them with solid play off the bench now that he's squarely back in that rotation.
Matt Jackson in for Michael Finke.
Yeah, in fact, it was Jackson who cracked a rib in practice that led to an opportunity for Roberts, Blumbergs.
Blumberg, 7-0 run for GCU. They take the lead by 2.
Game of sprints here.
Carroll's took a 10-0 run, a reminder. Eckenenberg. Lopes prevailed 69-65. Damari Milstead at 25 points.
He wants his whole right side cleared out. They'll be able to operate. We got a little pick and roll here. Nice job by Roberts, not letting him get back to the center.
Johnson came out. Loose ball off. Got to get on that. The Lopes Levi kicked it back out. Near side, long distance. That doesn't go. Loose ball again. The Carroll's all over it.
Put a fork in it.
Oh, my goodness. Got a hand on that, didn't they? Johnson, my goodness, somebody stepped
Is that thing round? It seems like one of those warped basketballs, the way that thing's bouncing around out there. Finally, but how about Blumberg? Big block at the rim when it looked like the Vaqueros had a shirt too.
Wilstead doesn't go, but Blumberg's with the rebound.
They love it. Feke's off the bench, waving the towel at the effort by Blumberg.
Wilstead, him off his hand. Short on the three. Long three, good.
Yeah, lazy close out there by Frere. Let him square it up and gave him too much time to get a good look at that three-point shot.
Tyson Smith.
Another lead change.
He hit his 44th three-pointer. Nobody throws it up more than Tyson Smith. Hitting at about a 40% clip in conference play for the Vaqueros.
Real solid numbers. And back down the other end, Carlos Johnson once again getting below that free throw line with the basketball, putting so much pressure on that defense. They're in the double bonus now, so 2 shots for Johnson and the Lopes the rest of the half.
Continuing on that three-point success the Vaqueros have had. They've made a season-high 11 three-pointers for the 2nd game in a row. They're coming off of that.
They've been playing well, 2-game win streak. A lot of confidence coming in here. They knew they had the ropes beat. Just couldn't quite finish the deal down there in Texas, and they're out for some revenge tonight.
Back in the ballgame for the Lopes, number 2, Trey Drexel.
Johnson takes a seat.
Good work by Johnson. The Lopes already 13 free throws in this game, and UTRGV has not been to the line once.
Smith, look out from the arc. Eyed by Jackson. Smith eyes that three. That's heavy. Rebound, Drexel.
Who else leading the WAC in defensive boards?
Look out. Milstead, Drexel, Jackson. Back to Milstead.
Drive it. Got a big on you.
3. Short. Off the mark. Pushed back out by Labor, who came in for Blumberg.
Yeah, used the size advantage.
Nice move by Labor underneath. Leaves. Fire! Bam! Bam! Bam!
I love that. Frere didn't sit out there at that three-point line. He cut strong to the basket behind the defense. Great vision by Labor. Once again, dropping another dime on one of his teammates.
Smith kicks back out. Driving, foul.
Not a big deal. Side out of bounds. Only the 6th foul on the low. So they've done a nice job playing without fouling. And once again, UTRG will not have an opportunity to go to the line. Look at this one more time. He's just sitting there waiting on his buddy. Said, come on, I'm waiting on you. Drops it right over the top of the defense, right by his ear hole, and Frere slams it down. What is that? 9 lead changes in this game here in the first half.
Back and forth.
My goodness. My heart to take this action. He got a lot of game to play.
Terry Wynn moves it there. Kick back out. Tyson Smith moves left. Little help there. Milstead all the way over to Wynn. Wynn in the paint. Oh, what was that?
Little flop by Jackson. He does a nice job closing out so he doesn't get beat. Little contact, but he felt like he got hit with a grenade. That was, they oversold it, and the referees didn't buy it.
Labor. Wants Milstead to come out.
Got to work on sending some of these acting classes over here with the theatrical department.
You saying that he embellished? Milstead! Ooh, tried the underhand, didn't go.
I think he got tossed out between using the right hand and the left hand, and he went to some little soft underhand scoop shot, and it did not fall.
Jackson. Wynn. Bowie. Near side. Terry Wynn, the 3rd. Takes it. Drives.
That's a bad matchup for Oscar. Labor all the way out there at that three-point line. You could tell Wynn was going to bait him into a drive.
Lopes lead it by 1. 3:14 to go, opening half here at GCU Arena in Phoenix.
thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Welcome back. The crowd celebrating Thunder's 38th birthday here at GCU Arena, but they're hoping to celebrate something on the court as well. Right now, Grand Canyon trailed by 1 to UTRGV, and they want to try and not get caught in the trap game because New Mexico State is on Saturday, so trying to not look forward to that game and prep for tonight's action.
We can't look over them at all. We barely got out of there when we played them the first time. Really got lucky to come out with a W, so we know it's going to be a battle with them. They like to play really aggressive, get up in you, so we're not even worried about Saturday right now. It's all of them, and really focus on that, and then we'll after that we can move on to New Mexico State. But right now all our focus is on UTRGV.
The infamous trap game. It's what every coach fears for his team when you start looking ahead. And right now with the Lopes at 7-1 in WAC play, we know they are gunning for that top spot in WAC action. And New Mexico State sits there with them. But Scott, how important is for them to not look to Saturday's game, but focus on this game at hand?
Yeah, it's extremely important. It is everything. It makes the game on Saturday almost, not want to say meaningless, but if you can take care of your business here on your home court against this team and you fall a game behind, now all of a sudden that game you put so much pressure on yourself to have to get that W, and then you got to hope you get some help from somebody else in the Western Athletic Conference if you want to come out on top at the end of the regular season. Got to have this game tonight.
Milstead got it to Jackson. Michael Finke short. Big rebound. Drexel's there.
I'll tell you what, Drexel was just faster than the Vaqueros to the ball. He was on the left side of the floor, saw where that ball was going to come out, moved and got a rebound outside of his space, gets the foul, now he's going to the line. I'll tell you what, this guy's like the janitor. He does it all. Yeah, defensive boards, rebounds, runs the floor, passes the basketball, gets steals. I'll tell you what, I love the way this guy is playing tonight. I like the way he's been playing all season long. Look at this one more time. He's over here on the left side of the floor. Watches this shot goes up, sees it's coming back out to the right side of the floor, and just bang, quick to the basketball, beats everybody to the ball.
Johnny Crino Gorak with the foul on Drexel.
Say that fast 5 times.
I don't want to. Near side, losing it. Picking it back up and dishing it back out. Tyson Smith. Smith looking left again. Turning. Terry Wynn back out. Tyson Smith finds Levi. Levi to his right. Now back out. Beyond the arc for Tyson Smith. He's going to drive him. Drexel?
Yeah, I think they got a foul on the floor, but it's going to be free throws as now the Lopes have committed their 7th team foul, make it their 8th team foul, sending the Vaqueros to the line. This is the first time they've been to the line all night long.
In and out. Ooh, that is.
How far does a ball have to go down and inside the rim before it'll spit back out? Because I don't think that could have gone any further without coming out.
Drexel alone. Drives into the paint. Looking for Jackson. Up high, not there. Tip back out. Jackson trying to kick it out.
I see these guys dunk the ball all the time in warm-ups and practice.
Do it.
Just go in there and try to yoke it on somebody. Stop with all this underhand finishing.
Got Levi there.
One more time here. Nice job by Drexel. Kind of a little bit of a double team because he had beaten DeMario Milstead. And we're talking about that defense on a chain. You got another one of your buddies right there. If he gets by one link, there's another link waiting for him, and shut off that middle.
Offensive foul on Levi. Tim Finke in the game. Finds Milstead. Milstead. Foul.
Putting your head down, get some body contact, not shy away from the contact. I like that by Milstead. You're the double bonus. Those are free points at that free throw line. One more time here, just kicking. I'm just going to go strong right hand dribble, get that contact, and go to the line. Dan Marley will not be happy with his defense overall in this first half. This is a team, Lopes, that hold opponents to 43% shooting. That's still early. They can probably knock into this number. Shoot 52% out the gate right now, the Vaqueros, and a lot of those have been in that painted area. They got a 20 to 14 advantage points in the paint. Normally those numbers are reversed.
2-point Lopes lead. Smith hands it off there. Warner. Levi is left now. Heine drives. Frayer doesn't go. Foul on Jackson.
That's the first time Matt Jackson has failed to get a weak side rebound that I can remember in several games. He has put on 15 pounds of strength, and normally he comes down with that ball just going up and just wrestling it away from people. He mistimed his job, didn't quite see where the ball was going to come off the rim, but leading to these opportunities at the free throw line right now for Terry Wynn III. Camden both once again knotted up. We don't know how many times we've been tied up and how many lead changes we've had, but most I can remember the GCU Arena all season long. Oh, he's bottled up in the corner.
Ooh, good work there by Frayer.
Yeah,
off of Heine.
6 seconds to get this ball over that mid-court stripe. They're going to have to hustle. Give it to one of your speedsters and have him just put his head down and take it on the dribble if you can't get it to Damari Milstead.
Ooh, they got called for the foul. Little reach in there by number 11, Leslie Varner II. This team just seems to be a thorn in the side of the Lopes. For whatever reason. They had the lead late on their home court before the Lopes had to battle back a 10-0 run to win it. 4 ties in the game, 11 lead changes here in the opening half. Frankie puts it in.
Got that one to rattle home.
Ooh.
Yeah, normally the Lopes' final 3 minutes, they get a lot of momentum and going into the locker room. They're going to have to battle to try to get some momentum here this final minute and 15 seconds of this basketball game.
Varner back out. Tyson Smith. Near side. Terry Wynn, rather. That doesn't go. Jackson. Tim Finke. Cuts in. Milstead.
Oh, stepped on the line. I don't think I ever did that as a player. Unless I was trying to save a ball along the baseline. Someone passed me the ball. I don't think I ever stepped out of bounds. I played with a guy named Jerry Stackhouse in Philadelphia. He was famous for doing that about once every other game. It used to drive me nuts. Worked so hard on defense only to have this jive turkey step on the out of bounds line. It just make me lose my wig.
Is that what happened?
That's probably why I don't have any hair now. I pulled it all out back in the day. He's a Carolina guy.
Lopes in action Saturday night against the Aggies from New Mexico State. Boy, it's going to get loud in here. Bring your earplugs or.
Yeah, you got any extra tickets for that one? Everybody's asking me for tickets.
Yeah, they're definitely hard to come by. 7 p.m. tip here. The Aggies in action against Bakersfield at the Accardo Center. Tough environment for the Lopes the last visit in there, but they came out with a win at UMKC and in Chicago on the 14th and 16th. Cal Baptist makes their first visit here to GCU Arena.
Oh, that'll be fun. Looking forward to that.
And some of those t-shirts. Terry Wynn. Levi moves right. Now cuts back. Milstead guarding him. Not there. Ooh. Out on the Vaqueros.
Yeah, 41 seconds left to play in the half. Not enough time to go 2 for 1. Want to make sure you get a good shot here, but nice job here by Milstead. You know, stepped out of line, so he goes back and does a great job on one of their best players there in the first half. Stays high without falling and is able to get a clean block.
Levi all over Milstead. Lumbers. Finke bounce pass. Matt Jackson right hand turn, not there. Loose ball, Jackson. No clock.
But at least he tried to go hard and dunk that ball. That's what I like to see, a strong finish.
Good D by the Vaqueros. Tyson Smith puts it down on the floor. Loose ball, Terry Wynn not there. No whistle. Vaqueros retain possession. 1.4 on the clock. Bang, bang play. That's what the Vaqueros are trying to play for. Smith in the corner, uncontested, doesn't go.
Oh, he got a good look there. Nice, well-designed play. Got a monstrous screen for the open three-point shot. What a seesaw battle. I'll tell you what, Lopes fans, get something quick to eat, come back and buckle up in the second half. It's going to be a wild ride down the finish of this one.
Down to Kate.
All right, thank you guys. Well, Dan, it's a close first half so far. Team struggling a bit with shooting. What have you seen from your offense?
They're playing harder than we are. They are. Crashing the boards more. We're passive on the offensive end, not finishing. We can't keep guys out of the middle. They're just playing harder than we are.
So what do you say to your team now to make a difference in the second half?
I don't know. We just got to come out and play hard. Like I said, we can't look past. They're a good team. So we can't look past these guys. I don't know what they're doing. We got to come out and play harder. This is not the team that we have been to be 7-1 in the league. That's not who we are. So we got to change it or we're going to be in trouble.
All right, best of luck with that. And guys, it's exactly what we were talking about, that trap game. It's human nature to look to that biggest obstacle on your schedule. But like you mentioned, Scott, Saturday's game won't be as big if they don't get tonight's victory.
No doubt about it. Lopes will be looking to play a lot harder in the second half. They do go to the room with a 2-point lead, 32-30 over the Vaqueros from UTRGV. Kate will be back with more of our halftime festivities from GCU Arena after we take this time out.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
You use the latest technology to treat patients, but your care and compassion is timeless. And as an RN, you delight in sharing it. But there's always room to grow. Advancing your career means helping more patients and providing even more care. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves. Healthcare has made significant advancements, and GCU teaches you how to prepare for the future. By applying that knowledge, you're able to stay up to date with the latest medical technologies. And since GCU's nursing programs are online, you can access your program from anywhere, so you're always there for those most important.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Welcome back to the Lopes Halftime Show here on Your View. I'm Kate Longworth, and right now the crowd being entertained by Volta Will. Quite the impressive act here. And let me tell you, this crowd wants something to cheer about right now. It has been a tight game in the first half. GCU with the 2-point lead over UTRGV, 32-30. But I just spoke with Dan Marley moments ago, and he wants to see more from this team. Plain and simple, they need to play hard in the second half, he said. Saturday's game is only going to count if they get tonight's victory. Well, I am now joined by some very important members of the GCU athletic program here on campus. Every night, if you come out to a GCU game, it is quite the experience here inside GCU Arena. And it is because of these guys, the director here of the Thundering Herd, Paul Cook. Come on closer here. We're family, literally, because I'm on the other side with your wife. And Jackie, I know you've done so much for the dance team. We're going to get to that. And Emily, thank you for being here representing Cheer, their head coach. Now, Emily, you guys just came back, dance and cheer team and members of the band from a huge national competition. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, so we were in Florida earlier in January going to the UCA-UDA college cheer and dance competition. This is, I think, our 5th or 6th year that cheer and dance have gone. The first time that we took drumline. We took thunder this year, so, you know, first time competing in game day. We figured if we were going to do that, we may as well bring the whole crew.
And Jackie, the dance team did very impressive out there. Take me through what you guys were able to accomplish in Florida.
We placed second in jazz, which is the highest we've ever placed. Last year we placed fourth, and so moving up to second position was so great. And we won the game day division, so we're national champions. It's pretty exciting. It was fun to bring that home.
Yes, very exciting. And what was it like for you to have the drumline a part of that competition?
They were wonderful. I mean, they're great performers. They put a lot of work into it over Christmas break, like Cheer and Dance did as well, and really stepped up to compete for the first time for us at a collegiate level and stepped up to the level of Cheer and Dance. They did a wonderful job.
And Emily, you referenced that this was in the game day division. You guys were able to get the high scores, but also you had such a presence here for the game. Thunder even took a red eye to be back here for the game. Why was it important for you guys, although you're at the biggest stage for you at that national competition, to also have members here supporting the Lopes team?
Well, at the end of the day, we wouldn't be able to do that at the national level without what's happening at home. You know, this atmosphere is what allows us to go showcase that at the national level. So without the strong groups here, we had 2 men's games during that time. So of course we had to make sure that those groups were ready and prepared as well. And so there's a lot of multitasking going on and a lot of trust in our leaders and our captains. We have alumni that come back that help lead those games, which is great. Their support for our programs. But again, without what happens here, you know, it doesn't matter what we're doing there if we can't do our job at home.
And along those lines, what are some of the goals for the team as you guys continue off the semester here? I know transitioning to Division I action the last couple years has been on every athletic team's mind, but specifically, what do you want to do with the dance team to finish off strong?
We just want to keep pushing where we've been pushing. We want to continue bringing different elements that we do here to nationals, which is fun. We're excited for the rest of this year, doing baseball season and continuing on with the WAC championship.
And Paul, what pride do you personally take in and the band? You guys are such a huge presence here at the games. What does it mean to you guys on game day to get ready and know you can have a factor in the game?
Well, I mean, the 3 of us, if I bring it back to us, the 3 of us are kind of like professionally brothers and sisters where we compete, we argue, we love each other, and we try to do the best for everything. So it really culminates into a game night experience that we all get to be a part of, and I think it's just fun for everybody.
Yeah, well, keep up the great work. It is a true presence we feel when you guys and your teams are in the house. So keep up the great work and bring it the second half because we know the Lopes want the victory tonight. All right, well, we'll be back with plenty more here in the first half. It has been a nail-biter at GCU. What's been going on both offense and defense? Well, when we come back, Barry Patel and Scott Williams chime in on what the Lopes have accomplished so far and what needs to be done to get the W tonight. We'll be right back.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
Hi, I'm Brittany, and this is Ask GCU. Hi, I'm Brittany Holwyn, and you should watch Ask GCU,
where we answer your questions every week.
And the points don't matter. Wait, what?
Tune in every week for answers to be questioned.
Where we answer your questions in a common... all right.
I'm a professional manager!
Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin'.
Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime.
Back in the beautiful desert of Phoenix and GCU Arena, where the Lopes lead the Vaqueros by 2. Multiple lead changes in that opening half. Barry Patel, Scott Williams, so glad you could tune in this evening. And boy, that was a tough half to read. But Coach Marley said they're just being outworked.
They are being outworked. They did not have, as much as Blumberg's, and I want to give Johnson some credit coming off that bench, they missed the heart of Solo Martin in that second group there, that when things aren't always going well, he gets them back on track. They didn't have that tonight. Sorely missed out there. You can see it.
Let's check out our Dignity Health halftime highlights. Dignity Health, hello human kindness, Frayer on the steal.
I love that one. Get the steal, get the transition bucket. Things are looking good early at this point. Then I love this one here by Laver. Drops a dime to Drexel, backdoor hoop and a harm. Plays that one in. And then Smith with a mid-range jumper right here. A little rhythm dribble, two-stop. Jump stop, knocks that one down, and Mills steady. This kid's been good, other than he stepped out of bounds, which drives me crazy. Knocks down the long three ball right there, takes the lid off the defense. And then Levi goes wilding out. He just had a red carpet to the front of that rim. Just kept going in time and time, and drove Coach Marley mad. He got a quick timeout, but didn't stop him. They went on a 10-0 run at that point. Then we played back and forth. Nice job getting on that glass, getting that off, extra possession. Then he finds his buddy in the corner. Frere knows what to do with it. That's really it. Wasn't a whole lot to talk about there in that first half. Got to do a better job defensively. The Vaqueros shooting 43%, Lopes only 33%. Rebounding, getting out rebounded. Bench points were decent there, obviously 10-0. They got to the free throw line. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, because they did not make enough shots in that first half.
Yeah, 15 of 19, while the Vaqueros, who, boy, they love going to the free throw line. They only went there 4 times in that opening half, but Levi certainly shined in that opening half, and they're dominating in the paint 20-12.
20-12. That is not something you normally see out of a GCU team. One of our keys to victory was to protect the house. They didn't do it in the first half. They better step it up here in the second half.
All right, Kate will be back with more here from GCU Arena with the Lopes up by 2. Keep it right here. The second half is quickly approaching.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
As a teacher, your calling was always to make a difference and positively impact the future. You live with a deep sense of purpose and strive to inspire generations of change. GCU's online Masters of Education degree program gives you the skills you need to grow and develop your career, while also making sure you have time for yourself and your family. Today, you can learn anywhere and anytime, giving kids a look into the technological advances that pushed you forward. Being strong and compassionate makes you a role model through this formative period in their lives. You're not just inspiring future generations of leaders and innovators to reach for their dreams. You're giving them the tools they need to achieve them.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Welcome back. We're just getting ready for tip-off here in the second half. Grand Canyon with the 2-point lead over UT-Rio Grande Valley. And talking with Dan Marley at the break, he said his team, plain and simple, they're being outworked. He was concerned maybe they're overlooking this game, and with the way the Vaqueros play, that cannot happen right now. UTRGV shooting just over 40%, and Dan says his team hopefully receives the message at the break that they got to turn things up in the second half. So let's check out the Streets of New York leading scorers from the first half. Streets of New York, pizza, pasta, and subs for over 40 years. Levi with 8 points to his name, as well as Leslie. He has 7 boards as well, and Smith with 5, Wynn the third with 7. And Milstead leading the way for the Lopes. He has 7 points. Trey Drexel with 6. Carlos Johnson, 6 points coming off the bench. That is what is helping keep the Lopes in this game right now. The bench leading over UTRGV 10-0 with points from that second team. Now, GCU, the one thing they are doing well when they hit that free throw line, they're making things happen. That's keeping them in the game. But guys, for the second half, We know Dan Marley wants to see his team stepping it up. They need to be working for this victory. As for you guys, what will you be looking for to see if that message is received in these early moments of the second half?
Well, I know what it would be for me, Kate, how well this team will get down and defend that painted area. I thought they had too many easy drives to the basket where they weren't getting any weak side help from any of their teammates. They got to play on a string, play together, choke off the middle. What about you, Barry?
Yeah, definitely a lot more energy. Taking it to the bucket as well. And Oscar Freyer, who had moments of really shining here in the opening half, and they definitely need him to step up.
Yeah, he got on that glass early. If you remember, he really got on the glass, got 3 quick rebounds, and then nothing else after that as the Vaqueros started getting some easy buckets inside. But he did a good job defensively, really hounding the defense, got that steal right there. Got a turnover, forced another steal when he went down and got himself a bucket at the other end. That's the kind of energy, that's the first 5-minute energy that they had in the first half. They got to have that coming out of the locker room here to start this second half.
And I know we've kind of talked about it the last few games, but there's got to be a turning point this season if the Lopes are going to make some noise. There's got to be a turning point for number 25. Alessandro Lever has got to start dominating. He was the preseason WAC Player of the Year candidate. He has got to start dominating against teams that he has the height advantage and the strength advantage down low.
Yeah, 2 points, 1 board in the first half against a team that's pretty much the tallest player they're playing is 6'7". He's got to go in there and demand the ball down on that low block and put him in a torture chamber and punish him down low with either buckets inside or trips to the free throw line. Can't be passive offensively. Surely they want to stop him. I get that. And they're running some schemes to try to limit his touches, but he got to be more dominant.
Freyer takes it. That's what you like to see. Lopes fans can take a seat.
I like that quick bucket right there. Get this fans excited about how this team's going to come out with some energy. Coach Marley probably got that bullwhip out at halftime and told these guys, let's get going. I played for a coach that actually did have a bit in his office.
I think there'd be some sort of infraction, I think, with the NCAA.
35 years ago. They played a little different. Wow. Another stop rather for the Lopes, and then they're off and running. Oh, I thought he had Milstead.
Careful.
Drexel tried that backdoor move again.
Almost lost it. Finke. He did. 14 on the shot clock.
A lot of time, plenty of time. They'll get run your side of the bounds play here. If you don't have it, you still got opportunity to go high pick and roll.
Milstead. Near side. Oh, 5 now.
You really put yourself in a bad way on this possession here now. This team is going to be locked in on these 5 seconds. Try to get either something, a quick shot on the sideline or something going to the basket.
Better do something, Michael Finke. That's a little flat. Drexel's there underneath. Shot clock violation.
Well, I'm going to say that's a horrible possession on the GCU, but really that was great defense on the Vaqueros. They did a nice job getting deflections, disrupting the offense. 3 times the Lopes had to reset their offense, and then it's easy for the Vaqueros to get a stop at that point.
It's clear that the Vaqueros are a very well-coached team. Coach Lou Hill in his 3rd season.
I agree.
And his staff. Driving. No whistle as Terry Wynn took it.
Lever run the floor right down the middle. Got it.
See. Ooh, Drexel gave him an eye. Michael Finke. Lever, put back.
That's what it made. Just running down there, collapsing the defense, gave Finke an opportunity at a clean look from the outside. But even if he misses, now he's on that glass.
Lever again with the rebound on.
There we go.
There's what you like to see.
That's exactly what I like to see. 1 rebound in the first half is not get it done. Already come out here, snatch a couple boards. Now he's got 4 here in the basketball game.
Lever goes back, moves right, looks for Drexel. Drexel got a little bit of room.
Charge. It's a design play, that back door. You got that weak side help coming over, getting outside that restricted area. Here's what Martin used to do so well. Did he get outside that restricted area? Hard to tell. If that foot was on the line, then he lifted it up. Got that heel up off that white line. They get credit for the charge, but tough play. I like that foul more than some of the other ones that the Lopes have had where they've been passive at taking that ball to the basket.
Yeah, the only problem is Drexel's on the floor with 3. No step. Stops. Finke. Turns. Back out to Labor. Labor harassed by Terry Wynn. Wynn's going to be called.
I like the fact that Labor was able to put that ball on the floor, but you're putting him at jeopardy out here 30 feet away from the bucket with the basketball, having to make him put a ball on the floor with a guy up crowding him. You know, Labor wants to get that ball on that block or 3 feet off of that block and operate down there. Now, you're going to run pick and pop where all he's got to do is catch and shoot. I'm fine with him being out on the perimeter because he's got a decent shot.
There you go. Freyer!
Case in point, Oscar Freire with the catch and shoot. Comes off a little flare screen on the weak side, right back to the top of the key. It ain't nothing but a long free throw at that point.
Levi, 6-0 run for GCU. Tyson Smith moves right. Peels back out. Jackson, long distance, good.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not even sure if that even hit the net. That was good as soon as it left his hand. Nice shot, young man.
Second three in the game for the Vaqueros, now 2 of 7. Labor's got some room. Bam!
Case in point, pick and pop. All he's got to do is catch and shoot. Ollie Labor can take that all night long if the Vaqueros want to keep giving it to him.
Here we go, Ollie Labor.
Different player coming out of that locker room, isn't it?
Wynn moving. Tough one there.
Tell you what, spin moves are always tough for big guys to defend. That was a nice tight spin move. Even got it around the help side defense.
Milstead moves right. Back to, ooh, close. Down low, Michael Finke. Muscles it in off the window.
I like that. I was worried Finke was going to try to take the ball to the other side of the basket. Would have meant it more of a finesse move, but he stayed on the same side of the bucket and went up with power.
Left-handed in for Tyson Smith.
How in the world do they keep getting inside for point-blank shots? This is not the same defensive team I've seen from the Lopes in past defending this home floor.
All the way over to Drexel. Drexel. Freyer will come back out. Carlos Johnson at the scorer's table waiting to come in. Drexel's got a little bit of room, kicks it out. Milstead, plenty of time. Good night.
Oh, it is raining threes suddenly here in GCU Arena. Freyer, Labor, now Milstead, he knocks one down.
Lopes 6 of 7 in this half.
Oscar Labor was late on that screen. Got to get that defender going back towards the midcourt stripe. You allow him to go sideline, you're going to pick up the foul every time. And Milstead knocking it down from behind the arc. Third three of the half for the Lopes.
Set it down to Kate Longworth.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I am joined by no relation to Scott Williams, but Brendan Williams. And Scott, when you hear what he's all about, you're going to want to find a way to link the family trees because he is GM of the Grand Canyon Beverage Company. So first, Brendan, while I have you here, tell me what GCBC is all about.
So GCBC is all about a place where students can get caffeinated, get excited for their day, and get their day going. We often are the first stop in students' day, so we really take that seriously and try to have a positive effect on the day.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. There's really nothing that cannot be accomplished here on GCU campus because you guys have your own energy and coffee drinks. How did this all come about?
Yeah, well, you know, GCU, we kind of like to put purple on everything. So, yeah, the energy drink idea, we always wanted to do our own, create our own, and brand it, get some purple on there, and it's been such a huge success. We've moved over like 250,000 cans already, so that's been a lot of fun as well.
Yes, speaking of the purple, this is the big reveal tonight, the Stampede.
Yeah.
What's it entail?
Sorry, what was that?
What's the Stampede entail?
Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of caffeine, a lot of energy. Again, we can put all sorts of flavors in it, make your own custom infusion, but you'll see a lot of them here at games, people shotgunning them, using them for a little bit of energy to get going for the game.
I heard when the team ran back on the court, we always hear the Havocs cheering, but they got even louder as you guys are passing them out to the stands.
Yes.
Why do you believe your beverage company has just been such a hit here? It seems like probably you're dealing with your prime and target audience here.
Yeah, it's all about the students. We've got 130 student workers, students that look over our R&D, so they create new menus. We've got students who run our promo and our social media, and so there's 3 of us full-timers, and we just try to set the students up for success. So they do a great job.
I personally am a huge fan of GCBC. I visit the coffee shop and exit every game to get ready. And Scott, being that you and Brennan share the same name, I feel like it's only appropriate. The Stampede will be heading your way. We look forward to
I already got one.
Oh, so then right now,
I'm way ahead of you, Kate. I already got one.
Give us the review.
I'll
How's
tell
it stand
you, Brennan's a good-looking guy. Got a great smile. I'm not jealous of that beard. I can't grow a beard like that, but I think I'm good. I'm better looking than he is, though. I'll tell you what. I don't know about shotgunning one of these Stampedes.
16 fluid ounces of Stampede.
That go make your eyeballs pop out of your head. There you shotgun one of these energy drinks.
Great for finals. Staying alert. We lost it.
I really drink the 8-ounce cans of my energy drinks, not to plug a brand, but I can't wait to try this the Stampede.
Keep up with the herd. Stampede energy
That's the only way
drink.
you can keep up with these Havocs. I see how they're so hyped up tonight. They've been sitting on these Stampedes, shotgunning them out there on the lawn.
Charge your way through the day with GCBC's.
Another chicken. Oscar Freire blocking that shot as the 30-second shot clock expired.
Stepping up big time, Oscar Freire.
Picking up the intensity on the defensive end. Gotta love it. Shall not pass.
Milstead brings it up. Side by Levi. Levi is going to be called.
Yeah, Levi, I tell you what, he likes to put that pressure on Milstead. He's been hounding him at times in this basketball game, making it tough for the Lopes to kind of get into their half-court set.
Inbound, Johnson.
You like his game? Levi?
Yeah.
That's not the light. Here he goes again.
Oh, spark plug. Look at him go. Good court vision.
12 assists his last 2 basketball games. Averaging 12 assists his last 2 basketball games.
Oh, that spin move again doesn't go, though.
I like that. You know, sometimes you just don't have to block every shot that goes up. You stay hard. You make the degree of difficulty tougher, what Flavor did there, and then you snag the board.
6 of 7 of the Lopes this half. 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the arc. Not bad. Finke. Good!
I'll tell you what, I was thinking Finke. Once took that hesitation ball fake. Go ahead and shoot it, young man. He still found a way to get it in the bottom of the basket. Nice job by Labor making himself available in the middle of that court because there was a tough press on Milstead.
Now you got to hand it to the Lopes. They responded after coming out of the room. They had a 2-point lead at the half. Heavy rebound. Freire climbed up. Oh, loose ball. Somebody get it. The Vaqueros do.
Those are those 50-50 balls you got to come up with at big moments right there. Oscar Freire, he knows he probably should have snagged this rebound. It squirted out of his hand when he tried to get his other one on it. Then he tried to, instead of just diving on the ball, he tried to go get it with one more hand. Sometimes you just got to say, hey, I'm just going to Superman for that basketball like Rodman used to do back in the day. You know, elbows out, feet, toes parallel with the floor. Just go get that thing.
Rodman.
I tell you what, it makes me want to get a jersey. I tell you, I'm fired up. I haven't even had the Stampede yet.
No, you haven't had any yet. Vaqueros with a nice drive to the bucket.
Every shot for the Vaqueros, though, comes down in that purple paint.
Yeah.
And they just do a real nice job of putting pressure on the GCU defense.
Swarm, Milstead peels away. Labor quickly. Johnson drives to the hoop. Doesn't go. Backhand. Finke left hand.
How good has he been tonight?
Jared Martin likes it. All alone in the corner, Greg Bowie. In and out. Rebound. Good hustle by the Vaqueros. On the floor is Johnson.
That's what I'm talking about. They got a good old scrum down there now. Johnson went down there first to the floor. You know, we had a coach at North Carolina that used to track who was the first to the floor in games and in practice. You would earn plus points and would get you out of sprints at the end of practice. I like that down there. That's what I'm talking about. That's old school 80s and 90s basketball.
Tim Finke in for Freire.
Get Finke going this half. There's a guy that can struggle from the outside if he gets an opportunity.
Great to see how the Lopes have responded here, but the Vaqueros not going away. Terry Wynn, the third. Tied by Labor. Vicky comes over. Smorn. Baseline drive, kick back out. Bowie. Good.
That's all set up by Levi's speed right there. He turned the corner on Oscar Frere, on Alexander Laver, was just able to get the ball to the other side of the floor with his speed. You can get the ball swung from side to side on offense. Your percentages of making a field goal way up.
New Mexico State up 12-4 early at Bakersfield with 11 minutes to go. The Aggies here Saturday night. If you don't have a ticket, well, good luck.
Tell me about it.
Terry Wynn. Boy, that looked like a carry to me, but up over the top.
Yeah, I think Hannah just knocked that ball trying to get that offensive rebound. Got a little too high and went off the clock. So this is kind of where we were to start the game.
Yeah.
Lopes got off to a good start, had a lot of momentum going. They hit a lull about this point in time in the first half. They got to guard against that now. You got a couple bench guys coming back, coming into the game here. Starters are getting a chance to take a little bit of a break. They were working hard. This bench group with a couple starters got to keep that momentum going.
Good work by Tim Fickey. Lopes 8 of 10 this half from the floor. Carlos Johnson takes it down.
Killer crossover, looking like Tim Hardaway out there. Low to the floor, low man won that battle, and he got right to the rack.
All the way over to Bowie. Bowie beyond the arc, eyed by Johnson. Cuts to his right. Bowie looking for some room. Kicks it back out. Driving, stopping, popping, and dropping for Jordan Jackson.
The Lopes could figure out a way in this game to keep that ball above that free throw line. Their success on defense would go up at least by about 10 to 15%.
Johnson. Looking, twisting, turning. Kicks back out. Travel on Carlos Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know if he got tripped or just got his own feet tangled, but never seemed to get on balance on that drive.
52-44, Lopes on top of the Vaqueros with 11:32 to go, second half.
About time we washed it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
Tonight's GCU men's basketball game on your view and GCU.TV is brought to you in part by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness. By Sanderson Ford. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. And by BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth, here from GCU Arena. The Lopes looking to remain perfect. 9-0 on their home court here on Thunder's birthday this Thursday evening. Send it over to Kate Longworth.
All right, guys, as you can see, we always see a purple party happening here, but right now a lot to celebrate. As you mentioned, it is Thunder's birthday, turning 38 today. And he was first upon the GCU campus and ready to go at athletic events back in 1981. And since then, he hasn't missed a beat getting this crowd going. And today he invited some of his friends to celebrate, that being, of course, the mascots from other sporting teams here in the Valley, from the Cardinals to the Diamondbacks, ASU. They're all here. D. Baxter over there ready to celebrate Thunder. And we know, guys, a mascot can have a big impact on a family event, a community event like the Lopes basketball games can be here for the Valley.
Love the mascots. They do a great job. They work so hard. going to be a turnover.
Well on the reach of Solomon Heine.
Coach got to be happy the way his team has performed tonight. I know they're down by 8, but boy, they have brought spirit and the energy, the mental toughness, and fortitude it takes to give themselves an opportunity. They just want to keep it under 10, try to steal this thing in the final 5 minutes of the game.
I don't think I'd want to face him in the tourney. Johnson, oh, he can't put it home.
Thank you. He went in there and tried to yoke it, though. He finished overhand with the right hand. Didn't get the basket, but he got that body contact. I love it. Carlos Johnson, boy, I tell you what, ever since Western Athletic Conference started, maybe even a tick or two before that, he has been a different player for these Lopes than he was early in the season. Look at this one more time. He gets this thing, and he just realizes, I got a runway to take off, 2-foot stop, and I'm going right through your chest. Try to get this thing in the basket.
Ten-point lead for GCU.
Big stop right here. This is the one you want to try to get to 10. Now take it to 12. Don't let it drop back down to 8.
Carlos hitting the double digits at 10 in his 9th consecutive game in double digits. Good drive, Bowie. It goes. Good move by Greg Bowie, the second, the sophomore.
It really was. He fooled Blumberg, who was really high, extended, ready to block that shot up over the top, and Bowie took it up underneath his armpit. Old school playground move and fooled the big.
Johnson.
So glad he didn't shoot that.
It looked like he was going to. Here we go. Ooh. Bounce pass, driving. Not there. Jackson, good D by Carlos. Quickly up from Milstead. Looks to his right, stops, goes, and that's stoned. Didn't take it with authority. Bowie almost lost a handle. Smith in the three-point land, and he connects, and the Vaqueros getting a boost.
Wow, that's a big turnaround right there. You think you're about to get an easy 2 at one end, and it gets swatted, and it turns around and goes the other way, and leads to a 3. 5-point swing.
Thanks. Milstead, heavy. Ooh, getting a little chilly. Out on the Vaqueros. 9:46 to go. Vaqueros riding a 2-game winning streak. The Lopes have won 5 straight. Heine out. Terry Wynn, the third, checks back in. Ooh, that was trouble. Blumbergs.
I tried the high handoff on the out-of-bounds play to Roberts Blumbergs to come flying in after he sets a pick, then he peels off, rolls right to the front of the rim, hoping that his man has switched out. That's a well-designed play, just couldn't quite pull off the execution.
Blumbergs.
Kicked it.
Oh, Marley's irate.
Yeah, he wants Roberts to go up and be aggressive and shoot that ball. He got a 6-footer. I mean, that's what the play is designed for. A little unselfishness as he thought he was going to get it back to Carlos Johnson, stepping back in from out of bounds. A little overpassing.
This time, a redo. Blumbergs puts it down, drives and puts it in the bucket.
Message received by Coach Marley. He'll take credit for that bucket. Look at that facial expression. It's like, that's what I'm trying to been telling you. Just be aggressive down there and take it hard to the rack. I love it. Hey, Coach Marley, you don't have to read his lips or hear what he's saying to kind of know what he's thinking or talking about out there just by his facial expressions, right? He's the best. He lives and dies with every one of those possessions, like all coaches do. It seems like Coach Marley does it a little bit more intensely.
His jacket almost came off. Swarm there. Win. Off of Tim Finke. 12 on the shot clock for the Vaqueros. Diamante. Brings it in. Aye. Gets the ball out. Vaqueros set. Smith looks for a 3. That's going to be short. Habits are going to let him know it was an air ball. Milstead, Finke, off the window, tip back, not there for Blumbergs.
I can't believe that's not a foul right there. The kid goes hard to the hole, and he does not get rewarded with the whistle. It's inside that restricted area. You don't get a vertical plane down there. That's a tough call. Coach Marley, I think, is giving the official the business there.
Down to Kay Longworth.
Well, guys, we see Dan Marley expressing himself right now, and just expanding on what you were talking about, Scott, on Dan really wearing his emotions on his sleeve, and he lets his players know what he's thinking. You're absolutely right, but I think this year from the squad, we've really seen them respond to Marley's messages, whether it's in practice and what he's trying to teach them, or at halftime he delivers that speech, and we see them come out there and really execute what he's trying to say. Have you seen that as well, Scott, from this team? And just how important is that as a player to really take what your coach is saying, put it into action, and then on the other side, how pleased do you think Dan is when he sees that carried out?
Oh, I think you hit it right on the head, Kate. They really do respond to him. And I think sometimes he chastises them, but they take it as constructive criticism so they can get better. You know, if the coach doesn't say much to you, then he doesn't think much of you as a player. And what Coach Marley's doing is getting the most out of these guys' potential.
That was a misread there. Jackson tried to put it up. I don't know if it's for Blumbergs. Long distance there off the mark for Carroll's. Have cut the Lopes lead to 5. 8:20 and counting. Drexel moves right. Tim Finke driving baseline, kicks back out. Drexel just inside the arc. Good for Tim Drexel.
He likes that ball fake, one dribble, pull-up jump shot. Give Finke a lot of credit, too. He had a baseline J of his own. It was a little bit more guarded, so he kicked it back outside. Anytime that ball gets below that free throw line, good things happen for the Lopes.
Vaquero's driving. There he goes again. Smith off the mark. Rebound, though, picked up by Leslie Varner.
How many offensive rebounds have they got? Seems like they've gotten more than the Lopes tonight.
We do just inside the arc, bounce pass, ill-advised, looking for Gaillet, out of bounds. Lopes will have possession. Timeout on the floor. The Lopes up by 7 now as they look for a player to step up and dominate. Laver came out strong here in the second half. Michael Finke also looking well here tonight.
Well, I like when he's being aggressive. Yeah. You know, he's got an opportunity around the basket a few times to be aggressive, and he's taking advantage of those opportunities. And I love this one right here because he could have gone up soft on the other side, but instead he stays on the strong side, goes up hard with the basketball, and I like that one right there. I thought he should have shot it initially, but he did enough job to clear some space and knock it down, and that's a hard-working basket. Anytime your big is running the floor, getting himself down on a offensive glass where he makes himself available to be able to get a second chance opportunity. Look at those muscles on that guy. He's putting him to work tonight.
Well, 64.7% shooting this half. Send it over to Kate.
Barry, you mentioned the team just looking for someone to step it up tonight, and normally we really see that guy. The heart and soul of the team is stepping up. That is what Dan Marley, of course, refers to Jared Martin as. And we have learned that Jared Martin is out for the remainder of the season, which sadly means his GCU career playing has come to an end with a torn ACL. I had a chance to talk to Jared today. He will undergo surgery next week, but he said other than that, he'll be alongside the team the rest of the year. He said you cannot keep him away from Vegas cheering on this team. And guys, I don't know how he's smiling right now because I'm having trouble smiling after covering his career here for GCU. He's just a player you want to root for because, as Dan said, he just epitomizes a strong player out there, a good teammate. Dan Marley saying you really can't quantify what he does. You'll see him show up on the score sheet, but there's more that Jared Martin does. He is a true leader for this team. As you can see, he's still providing that leadership, still sharing with his Aussie buddy, Matt Jackson, what he sees out there and the rest of the team. And even some of the players saying to me, of course, you don't want this to happen to anyone, but they said if it was going to happen to someone, a guy who can handle it, has the character, and puts the team first is a guy like Jared Martin because he isn't thinking of himself. He's not having a pity party. Instead, he's really put his team first and trying to do what he can for them, cheering them on from the bench. But I know for all of us this week, it's been hard to see this happen, and we know his family, they are watching from the land down under. They're always dialed in, but we'll see how this all plays out. And right now, the Lopes, they got to go out and win it for him, right, guys?
No doubt about it.
Absolutely. I talked to him a little before the game, gave him a big bro hug, and just told him how impressed I was. And with him as a young man, as a player, and just was really upset that this happened to this kid because, you know, injuries are tough anytime, but towards the end of your last year, it's got to be the most devastating thing that I could have ever dreamt that would happen to Jared. I know he said his mom was busted up for him, but he says his playing career's not over. He's going to get surgery in a week and then look forward to eyeing a professional career down in the land down under.
Drexel, too heavy. Goes out, who belongs to GCU. There's just 2 seconds on the shot clock.
And going back to Mark real quick before this inbound play, he said that he just can't let his playing career end on an injury. So he's looking for an opportunity to extend that.
Freyer! Oh, it doesn't go. Loose ball, Drexel.
Who's they gonna give it to? Oh, they gave it to the Vaqueros, but nice job by Drexel. We talk about him on the defensive glass all the time. That time he went and hit hard to the hole on the offensive glass, trying to get a second opportunity.
Talk about how strong the second half has been for GCU as of late, but don't discount UTRGV. They are outscoring their opponents by 31 points in the second half. Underneath, not there, but the putback is.
Another second chance opportunity. I tell you what, if the Lopes can't get this job done here, they will look at that stat sheet and see all the second chance opportunities that they have given the Vaqueros tonight. 11 offensive rebounds. Swarming defense. How many times have they gotten a Lopes player in that coffin corner there, just on the other side of half court in the sideline, and swallowed them up with a double team? Making it real tough for them to start their half-court offense.
11 offensive rebounds for the Vaqueros. Blumbergs has the ball. 4 points, 3 blocks, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals for Roberts Blumbergs. One of those players that need to step up in the absence of Martin. Johnson, almost loses it. Doesn't go. Picked up by the Vaqueros.
5-point game, and they're not getting the offensive rebounds that the Vaqueros are getting.
Levi down low. Terry Wynn the third. Swatted away by Tim Finke.
I don't know if that was Finke or Blumbergs that came over and got some help side defense, but a nice job swarming to the basketball. That's what it takes here. They keep going inside. There's no secret to what they want to do offensively. They're not cranking up any threes anymore. They're taking it right to the heart of the GCU defense, and they're saying, try to stop us if you can.
Labor on the court with Michael Finke. Tim Finke takes a seat. Driving, nothing there. Again, the Vaqueros active underneath the glass.
12 offensive rebounds, more second chance points. We got a 1-possession game with 5:43 to play.
Picked off, Levi.
Oh, brother. I knew it was going to be a tight one down the stretch, but I didn't want to have to chew off my nails.
Milstead at the scorer's table. Johnson comes back out. Labor. Turning underneath Michael Finke. All alone.
They just lost Finke along that baseline, and I've been talking about the passing skills of the big man. They go a little big to big there. Come up with the easy basket. Give Labor 5 assists tonight.
5 minutes remaining on the clock. Second half. 3-point Lopes lead. Levi beyond the arc. Bounce pass. Baseline. Sweep. Hoop and a harm.
My goodness. Nice job. They were double teaming Smith down there, and somehow he squirts that basketball between 2 of the defenders and between 2 weak side guys. Caught ball watching, don't see the man cut to the basket. He gets the hoop and the harm, and Coach Marley is sweating his shirt through his shirt over there.
Tyson Smith. 14 points, 6 of 11. Their leading 3-point shooter. Just 2 of 6 from the arc.
Yeah, after a
Still
10-point lead, I was afraid that the Lopes couldn't take this thing to 12, and it fell back with single digits. It just kind of gave this Vaquero team some fighting some life, and they have stormed all the way back to tie this thing up once again.
They need a spark. Somebody's got to step up. Milstead. Slide by Smith. Carlos Johnson looks for three. Short. Loose ball. Michael Finke, fresh 30. Look out. Loose ball. Finke with an errant pass inside, and it was a scramble after that.
I would have liked to see them reset their offense after getting that offensive board, and thought maybe they had a big down low. They were going to get it over to Laver down on that left block, but the pass was outside of his frame of his body. It would have been nice to have been able to reset that one and get a good shot, work a little clock. Now the Vaqueros have a chance to take this lead late in the second half.
Little handoff. Smith, bounce pass. Terry Wynn. Led by Laver, moves left. It's got some room and goes left-handed in.
That's where they're going. They're going to the basket. Doesn't matter who's got the ball or who's guarding them. They're just going to go to the rack.
The Carroll's in the lead, their first one since they led 28-27. Milstead takes it.
Cool is the other side of the fellow Milstead. He had a player to his left. He said, I'm going to do it myself. Got down there to the WAC logo and floated one over the top of the defender. Havocs are getting into this one now.
Definitely trying to rally the troops, the Havocs. Smith beyond the arc, 3.5 to go. Tied at 62. Back to Terry Wynn. Look out. He made a move on Laver. Got some help there by Michael Finke. Smith's going to drive right side. Johnson got a hand on it, but he's called for the foul.
They can't square up these Vaquero players, whether they drive it left hard to the back or they drive it right hard to the hole. They are going around these guys like they're turnstiles right now.
That might be Johnson's fifth. We'll double check after we return. No, it's number 4 for Johnson. This game is knotted at 62.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
Game tied up 62-62. Grand Canyon looking to win their 6th straight, while the Vaqueros trying to knock off the Lopes and win their 3rd straight.
Yeah, you want to win a WAC championship? This is what it takes. It takes getting some internal intestinal fortitude right here, easy for me to say, and finding a way to win this game when you haven't had your A game down the stretch. Who's going to step up and make a stop on this possession? Who's going to go down and get you a hard-fought basket on the other end?
Drexel, Laver, Frayer, Milstead, and Michael Finke.
Well, this is the unit they want to have on the floor. Finish this basketball game. And Carlos Johnson's down on the bench, but he did a nice job here tonight. But you got your heart and your soul on the floor. You got to get a stop. Now this is a one-on-one. I hope these guys remember this is not a shooting foul. Oh wait, this was a shooting foul. I'm sorry. I take that back. He did take it hard to the rack, didn't he?
Yep. Tyson Smith, averaging 9.4 points per game, above that average. Now 16 points tonight. Add another. Lopes down by 2.
trap has bothered the Lopes team in the second half. They have put that pressure and extended it 90-plus feet.
Drexel comes back out front. Here's Wright. Back to Laver. At the key, look down low, kick back out to Drexel. A lot of pressure. Man, the Vaqueros came to play. Michael Finke turns. That's off the mark. Laver, though, there for the rebound with the height advantage. Foul underneath.
Oh, I'm glad there was a foul because he had switched his pivot foot down there and traveled, but what a job by Laver. He was out here some 30 feet when Finke fired that ball when he passed it to him, and he got all the way down there on that glass, and big offensive rebound and board. Now a chance to tie this up.
Levi's got 4 personal fouls.
I didn't want to say it. 75% of shooting from the line, and he wasn't able to get the front end of that 1-and-1. Devastating miss.
15-19 in the opening half was very decisive measure that gave the Lopes a 2-point lead at the half. Ooh, nice move on Drexel. Frayer climbs up and grabs it.
But you live with that outside shot. You don't want to go for that pump fake and have him go to the hole on you. Oh, no. He bailed out, I believe. Milstead kind of got a little wayward with his body control, but got enough of the defender there now. He's going to have an opportunity to go to the line. I didn't want to give out Laver's free throw numbers because you always say I drink some, but I'm also going to say this time, Milstead, he's a solid free throw shooter at 75%.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, but at least he's shooting 2 this time and not just the 1-and-1. Wasn't able to get it. They short-armed these free throws, staying in there under pressure, and just hold that follow through like you do in practice time and time again.
2:22 on the clock. Good grief.
Not able to get it down here. Come up. That's 4 squandered opportunities. They could have the lead in this thing. And, well, there's going to be a timeout. Taking a timeout. Coach wants to talk about his possession here. A very important possession.
Coach Hill takes the timeout for the Vaqueros. Down to Kay Longworth.
All right, guys. Well, right now we see how this is a nail biter, but we take a quick trip around the WAC. New Mexico State right now also 7-1. They have won 7 of their last 8. They've won their last 7 games, 18-4 overall record, and right now New Mexico State has the lead, 24-13 over Cal State University Bakersfield. 1:13 to go in that first half. Now, Bakersfield is 9-1 at home, so we'll see what they bring in the second half. New Mexico State strong on the road as well, 6-2 record. Chicago State falling victim right now to Cal Baptist, 49-13. That's the score at the half. Milan Aqua with 20 points to his name. As for the Lopes side, the women, Nicole Powell's team suffers the loss. However, they played them hard. GCU falling to UT Grande Valley, 42-49 was the final there. Deja Daniel coming on strong, 15 points, 12 rebounds. And guys, we have talked about what a fight it is. Las Vegas is going to be big. A lot of teams playing strong here, the WAC for the men's side. So we'll see how things finish off here on Thunder's birthday. Can they get the W? Well, only time will tell. And in fact, only 2 minutes will tell our answer, guys.
The number 4 ranked Oklahoma Sooners back in Phoenix, taking on GCU softball tomorrow. At 5 p.m., the Sooners, one of the top programs in the country, winners of 4 national titles. They return to host top players from last year's 57-5 team. The Lopes hoping to pull off the biggest upset in school history. Behind that solid nucleus, the Smith twins, Shea and Sierra, pitcher Bobo Aguiar, and outfielders Taylor Kay and Matty Dowdell come out tomorrow for some great national caliber softball action on the GCU campus. And support GCU softball. Victorious today, 4-3. First of the twin bill at GCU softball against Charlotte. 2 minutes remaining.
Oh, tough call. Thought he did a nice job sliding his feet down that left side of that wing. 4th foul on Drexel. An opportunity to go to the line here. Let's see if he gets his body into him just a little bit. Yeah. Probably some contact there. Good call. Under 2 minutes to play, and the Lopes down 2. Unsuccessful on their tips to the line. Let's see if the Vaqueros can handle the pressure and knock down a free throw.
Yep. Smith. What a night. 18 points now for Smith. Four-point lead. Under 2 to go.
A little 1-2-2 press has just been all the difference here in the second half. It has disrupted the flow for the GCU offense. That time they got it over, and they're going to talk about a big possession. Coach Marley wants to draw something up.
How about Tyson Smith stepping up big time, as has the rest of the Vaqueros here this evening.
Well, they've been really good at just putting their head down for the most part, taking it to the basket. When the Lopes have played off of them and try to guard against the drive, and then they've been able to separate and get some separation and knock down some open shots. But Smith has been good. He's worked hard with the ball. He's worked hard without the ball. I love that one, moving without the ball, because you got a couple defenders on the weak side that are supposed to guard against that outlet pass out of that double team. But Smith went right between both of them as they were watching the action in the double team and got himself a hoop and a horn. A lot of credit to that young man. It's really been playing hard out here, and he's got his team on top by 4. Who would have thought that?
1:55 on the clock. The Lopes coming in 9-0 here on their home court.
That's not too unlike what happened the first meeting. And Vaqueros had a lead late in the game, and it took a 10-0 run by the Lopes to pull out a 6-point win. So I'm hoping I think that they're probably hoping that the luck will strike twice for them. They can get a bucket here and then go down and try to get a stop on that defensive side, where they have not been able to get many stops late in this ball game.
Drexel, the Milstead. Milstead. Bounce
with the hand of best player.
Labor. Kick back out. Michael Finke back to Labor. Labor trying to go to the bucket. Does!
Coach Marley wanted a timeout after that basket. I think all the Lopes players forgot to call it, but he got the timeout that he wanted. Now he wants to set up a little bit of a pressure on the Vaqueros to see how they handle it. They want to go to get the ball in the hands of their best player, and a little up and under step through move by Alexander Labor, executed to perfection.
2-point Vaqueros lead, 1:40 to go. Labor and Finke. Michael Finke, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists combined.
Yeah, that's a big doing work right there. Nice job. I'd like to see a few more boards out of them, but maybe a little bit more defense inside, be more of a roadblock in that paint. And they have to try to keep them out of the middle here. Force them with one of those outside shots and then go rebound that basketball and try to get a transition bucket. They haven't had many transition buckets in the final 10, 12 minutes of this game. Remember, one floater by Milstead. That's about all I can recall in the last 12 minutes of action.
Levi on the court with 4 personal fouls. Brings it up to his left. Eyed by Milstead.
Got Jackson in there for Labor. A little faster to play around on the perimeter.
Bounce pass. Terry Wynn trying to move on Blumberg's underneath. Off the glass. Doesn't go. Drexel ends up with it. 1:15 and counting. 2-point UTRGV lead.
Right, couldn't get it over, but they got the timeout. He wanted to get Finke and Labor back in this game. He would have liked to gotten the ball over half court, but for some reason, Drexel picked up his dribble and got caught back there, but there's plenty of time to still get the ball over the midcourt stripe.
Vaqueros have a timeout remaining. The Lopes just exhausted their last one.
Yeah, got a lot of time left in this game, though. They do not have to go with a home run 3 here. A solid play. I thought they put the ball back in Labor's hands, said they couldn't stop it the first time. Let's see if they can stop it the second time. I think he likes that left block. I'm surprised if they don't try to get him down on that left block again.
Not too many changes at the top. Big one on Saturday. Duke, Virginia coming up. Tennessee on top. Admiral. Gonzaga 4. Kentucky at 5. The Wolfpack at 6. UNC moving on up.
Creeping up. It started, they were down to 15, 16 for a while. Now bringing it back into the top 10. Kansas has been falling like a stone. Villanova's been looking a little bit shaky. Louisville's been up and down like an elevator. And Wisconsin starting to play a little bit better.
Here we go. Milstead.
Front in the post. They do not want Labor to have it.
Floater, short. Picked up by the Vaqueros. Foul underneath.
A little short with that floater. Just could not get the ball down into Labor and panicked maybe a little too soon. Took it hard on the dribble, but I think the play was some way, somehow, if you couldn't get it to Labor on the initial, that's all right. Just come back and bring him down on the other block. If they're fronting that block, swing, let him chase the ball from one side to the other and get him down on the opposite block. He can operate down in the right block as well. Crowd brings the volume up, trying to distract free throw shooter.
Jordan Jackson at the line. Crowd trying to amp it up. Cool as ice water. Bucket here. Gives the Vaqueros a 4-point lead. Off the mark.
Oh, that was a big miss. Kept it a one-possession game, obviously. A lot of time left. No reason to take a three.
Milstead moves left. Win on him. Labor. Johnson drives. Off the window and in. Hoop! And a horn!
Oh, they say he was inside the restricted area. They're going to count the bucket, and Johnson's got a chance to go to the line, tie this thing up. Nice job by Carlos Johnson, not settling for the outside.
The officials are conferring, and it's going to be overruled.
Excuse me?
The official on the backside that was farther away from the official that made the call.
Well, they're talking about, hopefully they'll go over and take a look at the monitor. He's driving to the basket.
That would be the thing to do.
He's already in the air. I think that bucket's got to stand. So there's a stand. The defender does come over, gets his heel up outside the restricted area, but Johnson's already airborne at that point. So too late to be able to establish a legal guarding position, and Coach Hill has blown a gasket. He can't stand it.
How can the official that's way back beyond midcourt step in and override the official that's 10 feet away?
No, I couldn't answer that one for you, but the good thing is the three of them got together and they made the correct call. Coach Hill doesn't like the fact that the call was overturned. He thinks he's getting jobbed on the road. I kind of understandably so, but it was the correct call. He has a chance to go back and look at the tape. I think he'll see it that way, but it doesn't make him feel any better right now, I can tell you that.
Doesn't mean anything until this bucket.
Tied up, 25 seconds to go. Buckle up, Lopes fans. Got to get a stop, obviously.
Put your chin straps on, everybody. Everybody on their feet here at GCU Arena. Timeout on the floor by the Vaqueros. Tied at 67, 38.1 on the clock.
Ooh, the lid's going to come off of this play if it gets any louder.
Hope Nation will need to bring it again Saturday night. The Aggies from New Mexico State.
How about that drive by Carlos Johnson? You needed a big bucket. We've been talking about how big this guy's been in his previous 9 basketball games and averaging 22 points on that road trip. He just said, I'm too big, I'm too fast, and I'm too strong to settle for this mid-range jumper. I am going to go and play to my strength and take it hard to the basket. And that's what he did. He got there just a split second before the defender could establish that legal guarding position.
The Lopes fighting, clawing their way back.
Everybody loves it. Everybody knows the dance. They're doing the same dance that the dance team is doing in the stands. These kids are wilding out tonight.
That's a good call right there.
That kid had on some headsets right there. I tell you what, I leave here, my ears always ringing.
Not a better atmosphere in college basketball.
All right, if you're the Lopes, obviously you do not want that ball to get to below the free throw line, and certainly not in the paint. If they make a three-point shot, you'll live with a closeout with the hand and the face. But their strength all of the second half has been going hard to the basket. With GCU, switch everything. Don't let anybody have an opportunity to get picked off and let the player go to the basket. Switch everything, keep them out on that perimeter.
Tim Finke on the floor. Jackson, Johnson, Milstead, and Frayer. Draining it off of the glass. Jackson hit it.
He lost his balance. I don't know if he got his foot stepped on, he got pushed back, but Lopes got to hurry here. Under 30 seconds to play.
Johnson, driving.
They walked.
Oh, man.
They walked. The GCU was out of timeouts. That's why Coach Marley couldn't take a timeout there and set up a play, and unfortunately, they didn't get into an offense. They tried to freelance. Carlos Johnson was, I guess, thinking about a three-point shot, and then he put his head down and ended up walking. Lopes got a foul here, and they got to foul quickly if they do not get this ball in the backcourt. They can't let too much time go off that clock.
Inbound quickly. Getting it away. Here come the Vaqueros, untouched.
About 7 seconds came off of that game clock. That was a precious 7 seconds. Down 2. This could go to a 2-possession game, so hope and pray that some way, somehow, crowd can get loud enough to force a miss at the free throw line. Still is a 1-and-1 situation. There's only 19 fouls on the board on the Lopes, so front end miss here is huge.
Biggs in the game, Labor and Michael Finke. Oh, he's been money. Tyson Smith.
Had the back rim and down, no doubt about that one. He didn't even let the crowd get warmed up. He got that ball and shot it.
20 points for Smith. Oh, man. How they miss him. Four points. Milstead driving. Floater. Goes.
Gotta foul quick. Gotta foul quick.
Gotta be on the player quickly and foul him.
Yeah, Carlos Johnson couldn't foul. That's a good job of him actually not fouling. It would have been his 5th foul, and they may need him on this final possession, final 2 possessions, if they can extend it that far.
The Vaqueros have been, it's gone down to the free throw line all season for the Vaqueros. 11 of 13 in the game. They had at season high 11 three-pointers, which they've met 2nd game in a row, and they're back at it to look to close it out.
I'll tell you what, they're pretty good at their free throw line. They shoot 68% as a team, almost 69%. And these free throws, they're making them under pressure.
Not there,
saying there's a chance.
Milstead. Long 3, flat, not there. The Vaqueros are coming away with a huge 72-69 victory.
Big disappointment here at GCU Arena. Their first loss of the season could not have come at a worse time. You can't tell me they didn't miss Martin, but they just didn't do enough defensively to get this job done here. I don't think Milstead knew how much time was on the clock. Shot that one a little too quickly. Could have got closer to the basket and came up short on the 30-footer.
So the Vaqueros come in and knock off the Lopes, snapping their unbeaten streak this season, 9-0. They had won 16 regular season home games, 21 of their last 22. And they fall to UTRGV, who improves to 5-4 in the WAC. They win their 3rd straight. We'll step aside, be back with a post-game press conference from head coach Dan Marley. We'll have our final stats and much more from GCU Arena. Again, the Vaqueros victorious over the Lopes, 72-69.
About time we watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people. Through leadership and insight, you help others fulfill their promise. You share a unique bond with your family and cherish your time together. But you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's online degree program in performance psychology will enhance your skills in helping others succeed. Master your craft in an online PhD program that puts innovation and technology at the heart of education. And you can do it all within a tight schedule without disrupting other aspects of your life. With a PhD in performance psychology, you'll have the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Back at GCU Arena, UTRGV victorious over the Lopes, 72-69. The Lopes dropped to 7-2 in the Western Athletic Conference. 5-4 are the Vaqueros. A tough one here at GCU Arena. Barry Butel, Scott Williams will be joining Kate Longworth, perhaps Paul Coro in the post-game press conference area in just a moment. But our Canyon State Credit Union player of the game for the Lopes is Michael Finke.
Yeah, I think he did a good job tonight. I like the way he played. He had a lot of energy. He was aggressive out there. What did he go for?
10 points?
10 points, 6 boards. Very solid effort. He made himself available. They tried to bring a crowd around Oscar Labor and Alexandro Labor, excuse me. But Finke just really, I'm stunned. They lost this game. He just made himself a presence out there on the floor. He was good at moments, but unfortunately, it wasn't the offensive output of this team. It was the fact that they could not stop them from getting in that painted area. 42 points in the paint. That's the most a Lopes opponent has scored in that painted area in several seasons, not just this season.
I'll tell you, Coach Hill did a fantastic job with his staff. They came in here and they took it. They knew perhaps what weaknesses to really accentuate, take advantage of here for the Lopes. Jared Martin, boy, it's going to be tough. This was a game where it would have been great to see Jared Martin on the court, and unfortunately, that's just not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Not going to have him on Saturday either. They better find a way. But Martin was one of those guys that you could put on a guy like Levi and say, even though he's smaller than you, do a good job, stay in front of him, don't let him get to the rim. Tonight, the Lopes didn't have that player that could stop these guys from going to the basket.
All right, we'll go downstairs. Post-game press conference. Here's head coach Dan Marley.
Congratulations to them. They played better than us. They deserve to win. We deserve to lose. That's all there is to it. We just didn't play hard enough. They played harder than us. They played better than us. Both ends of the floor, rebounding, defense. You try to warn them about it, but you can't. So they deserve to win. All the credit goes to them. They played well. So our guys didn't play well enough. Got beat.
How did those final minutes in the play just
Well,
play out?
we let them hang around the first half, and then the second half we went on a little run, and then we just didn't sustain it. Didn't get stops. Just didn't play the kind of defense we've played for the last 5-6 games, and gave them life. And then they made free throws down the end. We didn't make shots. And like I said, you let a team hang around, they're going to beat you. So like I said, they deserve a lot of credit. They played really well. They were coached well. We got beat. I got outcoached. We got outplayed. Everything. It's just, it's disappointing.
How does I was just going to tailor off that, but just expanding on that, it's one thing to be beat, but when you know your team, it wasn't their strongest effort or what they're capable of, how do you digest that?
I don't know. That's the hardest thing about being a coach, because these are kids, and you tell them about it, and you're not using an excuse about Saturday, because we know how important this game was here tonight, and we just didn't have it. And you can't blame it because Jared's out, but Jared's our heart and soul. He is our heart and soul. He's a guy out there that gets stops, gets us going, and somebody's got to take that role. And we didn't have any fire out there today. Like I said, our effort wasn't there. They played harder than us. Rebounding wise, we out-rebound them by, 2 rebounds? And they get out-rebounded in the WAC by 6-7 games. And we're one of the better rebounding teams in the WAC. So we didn't deserve to win this game. And it's very disappointing, very disappointing.
Were they getting in the paint a lot?
A lot in the paint, yep. Like I said, there was no urgency. Our defense had been so good. We didn't get down a guard. They got in the paint. They scored 42 points in the paint. Too much. So, like I said, it's very disappointing. We got to find a way to bounce back. Got a big one on Saturday and see what happens.
Free throw kind of bailed you on the first half. Was there trouble finding offense rhythm outside getting to the line?
We were running a play that it got a lot of buckets to get us in the lead, and then they just switched up, and we just took some bad shots. And then, we missed, 4 free throws down the stretch, which is never good. Then they made their free throws. But it was more on the defense of anything. We've won games. We're 7-1, and we were 7-1 because of our defense. And tonight our defense didn't show up. It just wasn't a good effort. And our rebounding, we've been really a good rebounding team. It wasn't there tonight. Just the overall effort wasn't there. We got beat in every aspect of the game.
Then was it more the dribble drive stuff that bothered you?
Yeah, they got in the paint and couldn't keep them out of the paint. Like I said, it's just a bad effort. It's something that we haven't done for a long time. We've hung our hat on defense. We believe in defense. And tonight wasn't our night that way. And they did a good job of driving and penetrating and getting it done.
How do you make up for a loss like Jared? I mean,
you can't. You can't make up a loss for Jared. That's why, if one guy went down, you'd hate it to be him, not only because he's such a great kid and he's worked so hard and was playing the best basketball of life, but I said it before the game, he's the heart and soul of our team. He is. He's our culture. He's what we're about. He's our leader. He's our captain, all that stuff. But, we're not going to cry about it. We feel bad for Jared. I can't believe that happened to him. But somebody's got to step up. And he's not coming back. He's out. So somebody's got to step up, and we got to have that fire. And tonight, like I said, it just wasn't there. So, and it's disappointing with a big game like this and what's coming up on Saturday to let this one go.
When something like this happens, do you just look now for the players to respond? Do they have to take it upon themselves, or what do you say to them, or does the scoreboard say it to them?
Well, I would hope they respond. Tomorrow we'll have a good practice tomorrow, and then we got a really good team coming in here on Saturday. So we're still in it. If we win out, we're still in it. So the season's not over, and we got to win the WAC tournament anyway. But I'm just disappointed. This team was on a roll and playing really well and had a lot of confidence, and tonight it just wasn't the same team, especially here at home. We don't play like that at home. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Take a look at our final stats. 72-69, the final score. The Lopes lose their first one on their home court this season. Field goal percentage pretty close. 3-point field goals. The Lopes just 3 of 16. Free throws, well, it's big for the Vaquero, especially late. Points in the paint, they dominated in the paint. And turnovers, 15 for the Lopes. Ball handling
it's
definitely
pretty much what Coach Marley said.
Yeah.
They didn't do the job defensively, keeping them out of the middle. They didn't have that guy that could mano a mano and say, I will not let you get where you want to go. They let him go anywhere they wanted to. And you can see, they didn't make the shots that they needed, just 3 outside shots from behind the arc when they couldn't get inside themselves. I didn't think that they did a very good job protecting the paint with the home security. 42 points in the paint, way too many. I thought the crowd did their job to try to get loud and boisterous. The bench, you could see the 19-7 advantage on the bench, but Coach Marley's right to be disappointed in the staff and in the players were. This was a big game.
Yeah.
You can't look at the New Mexico State game and forget about this one, and unfortunately it's human nature for that to happen. You would have thought there was enough veteran leadership in that locker room to not let that happen, but heart and soul's gone. When you're not on the floor and you're not lacing them up, it's hard to bring that intensity to the team and on the court to say that this is the way we need to play. Lopes didn't get that from anybody out there that came off the bench. Points are nice off the bench, but they didn't get the stops and the momentum changes that they needed that they generally do when Martin comes in that second group.
Tough blow with Jared Martin going down this week with the knee injury, out for the remainder of the season, and then they respond with a tough loss here tonight at home. They really need somebody now. If he was the glue that brought them all together, then somebody needs to have that intestinal fortitude to step up and take over that leadership role. Somebody that is in that starting 5 lineup, a guy like Laver, somebody like Michael Finke, who is a proven leader, a guy that is coming over after his years with Illinois. They need guys to step up and take the reins now that Martin is no longer going to be here.
Frere comes to mind. This is his 3rd year in this season. I know he's kind of coming back off of an injury, but he's got to be a more vocal leader, more intensity out there on the floor on the defensive end. We saw some of that at flashes out of him, but he's got to bring it for 40 minutes.
Well, they're battling in Bakersfield. Last check, they were knotted up in the game. New Mexico State, they're tied at 36 right now. We'll be keeping our eyes on that. But regardless of that outcome, it's going to be a showdown here Saturday night. It will either be a one-loss New Mexico State team, or perhaps if Bakersfield is able to prevail, both the Lopes and the Aggies may have 2 losses. Tickets will be definitely tough to come by on Saturday when the Aggies, the current team atop the WAC, depending on the outcome tonight in Bakersfield, will make their way here to GCU Arena with first place perhaps on the line. If you don't have tickets, you'll want to tune into Your View starting at 6:30 at the Lopes pregame show with Kate Longworth here from the House of Havoc. It'll be rocking. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Out and about, you can listen to Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper on the radio. 1580 The Fanatic, 99.3 FM. That'll do it from here at GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes lost to the Vaqueros 72-69. A reminder again, please join us Saturday night, GCU hosting New Mexico State. But until then, for Kate Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Butel. Wishing you a wonderful evening.